Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fun match of Rainbow Six Siege here in the CEA Siege.
Hi, sir.
We're gonna have a match for the Invite League side, and we're gonna have Arizona State University versus University of Akron, and it should be a really fun match because both these teams are very skilled here. And I'm Caldev, and I'm joined here today with the lovely CDAPS.
Hey, what's up, guys? So you might see that this matchup is a little bit, might really ring a bell, because about 2 or 3 weeks ago, this actually was a showcase match for the first couple of streams of this league. But now when there's points on the table, it's actually going to be hopefully a bit more competitive and will really be a good game to watch.
Oh yeah, and if there's one thing I know about ASU, it's definitely going to get really interesting to watch toward the end of the round. It's ASU's a team that will spend about the entire round droning and just getting intel and really trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And then once the timer starts hitting low, you'll just watch them take the entire site within 30 seconds. Like, ASU usually surprises me every single time at the speed that they're able to take things over. And it looks like we will be hopping into our match in about now. And with the first map onto Club.
Clubhouse is going to be a really interesting map to watch because it is a very strat-heavy and structured map. I know from my experience of playing against Akron, they are a very roam-heavy frag-style team. And you're going to go against another organized team like ASU, where Keldub was saying that they really just gather so much intel and use that for their final pushes. We're going to have to see how bans go to really understand how this match is going to be played out.
And we're already getting the classic Jackal ban, just allowing the roamers to have a little bit more breathing space and room, and really just allowing themselves to just roam any single part of the map without having to really worry about where they leave the footsteps, because God knows any single time I see a Jackal, I'm about to hit the deck and start proning through the whole damn map.
Especially with any sort of vertical play, adding in that extra shotgun as a secondary, it's really a roamer's worst nightmare to start getting wall banned. And now we're actually going to see the Thatcher ban, which is another pretty default ban for Clubhouse. It's going to make bandit tricking and breach denial so much easier for the defending side, sort of leaning it more towards that defender-sided map that we all know when we think of Clubhouse.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like our next defender ban will be coming in. We'll be seeing a nice Mira ban. Pretty standard operator to ban. Generally on Clubhouse has a little bit less usage, as I know off the top of my head, the top floor and cache room and server area generally has a little bit of usage with that cache wall. But after that, you just start to trail off a little bit. And looks like we'll be seeing Echo again as our last ban. This character will literally just punch an entire game all by himself, just off of the Echo drones alone. Really scary operator to leave alive and whatnot. Yeah, we'll be going to our round one now with ASU on attack.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how exactly ASU is going to look to attack this in specifics. It's going to seem like Akron is going to go towards the CCTV cache room, which is the default tertiary site for most defenders. It's seen as one of the most strong sites. And actually, ASU is going to bring the Monty, so looking towards possibly a garage take as he pushes through rafters, really clearing out those ACOG angles that usually they see.
And you can already see here, him picking Monty has prompted Akron to just swap off of the dock and bring Alicia instead, because if you look at their team carefully, you'll notice there's not too much to stop a Monty from just being able to walk straight in there. Sure, you got the bandit barbed wires and anything else like that, but realistically
attackers
speaking,
need to locate and defuse
that
as
Monty's
many
just gonna
bombs
walk
as they
right
can.
through that whole. They crossed the leash to try to counter it, but they're gonna take off it as well as something. Bringing in the box might be a little bit better playing one. Help them hold down the lane a little bit more. Stop the defenders from being able to.
So it looks like a bandit from Bangalore. Ankles and garage. The support is also paid into extra.
You will hide 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Angle directly beneath you.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Often, most of the time, toward their favor. Their attack round's gonna start here as, oh my goodness, Surfon already taking down IMAT from the garage door. Looks like he's trying to get a little bit of spawn
The
peek there,
attacker's
but
bomb diffuser has been
Surfon
dropped.
just shooting at
Attackers
the
recover the diffuser.
taking him down.
Claymore deployed.
At least it was IMAP is their primary fragger on this, let's say the hard carry of Akron. So in the instance of losing the Legion very early on, as you can see, it doesn't go down. He's really site, as we know, Legion does get but now we're going to start the Maverick trick. It's not really going to be anything for Surma or Arcade to be able to do to stop this breach from opening up. On the buff to hold rotations and protect these.
Yeah, his Peter's already ready to start breaking open that wall and just slamming right through it and allowing his team to get better angles and just to a better like, and you already see the debris flying everywhere there. The wall is looking just like that. And it looks like we'll be having Zerfon on as well on the other side pressuring, but then Bud headshots CJ for days from the look. The Jaeger going down here. Really good gun to get rid of round so far.
Now with a minute 30 still left on the clock, both roamers for Akron are down.
Attackers have located the bomb.
On Raptors, and it looks like he is going to go ahead and start rotating to get this strong defender out of the time, and then they will be able to go ahead and do their execute on the site. However, the TCSG is able to take out Baka on the flank watch.
Yeah, really big pick there, especially if Baka wasn't able to get a lot of his gridlocks out. Because those mines will win a game on their own just by locking down the site and causing the defenders to have a hard time trying to retake the site back, or even trying to come up a different flank for the roamers. They'll have a bit of a difficult time having to shoot every single one, alerting the enemy to their position and letting everyone know that they're about to come through. See here. Buck is just holding down this angle inside, knowing that the
attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
And looks like he's just gonna sitting there paying patient, knowing he has to rotate back at some point.
Now with 25 seconds left on the clock, the attackers are the site.
15 seconds to go. 10 seconds remaining.
He's able to go ahead and get 2 hits, really have his impact felt.
5 seconds left. Attackers are activating the diffuser.
Checking cams and understanding exactly where he's going to need to go on this retake situation. As he has to reload those 81 bullets, time is counting down and it's not looking good.
Try to get the max amount of damage he could onto the Sophia of Zerfon. He has to start pushing up to these draw grabs. A little bit of a tough angle to be pushing, especially when they know for sure he's here. Looks like he's going to take cover of 16 bullets as he's trying to way all the way to reloading his gun. He's trying to taking through rapidly. He's going to be trying to catch anyone looking out, but it looks like ASU is going to play smart and just sit back and wait for it, and here it comes, and Zerfon peeks in and gets the shot on the prodigy, ending the round.
I have to say, it was a really strong attack from ASU. They really took their site control exactly where they wanted to. They knew exactly where everybody was, and they were able to set up their post plan quite effective and be able to play that in a really passive way.
Yeah, ASU is a team that's definitely not afraid to use up their timer to as most efficiently as they possibly can. As you can see there, they waited till everyone was right into position to be able to push from all angles, and then all at once they just start pushing in from every single angle, pressuring every single anchor, and giving them just a hard time trying to figure out where they need to aim first and really question their priorities.
And so now we're going to see Akron go ahead and switch it up and go straight back down to that church arsenal site, which there is an argument that some people prefer basement, some teams are basement teams, some teams are CCTV teams, and I hope that we're going to get to see a strong defense from Akron as they switch up sites.
Defenders.
Yeah, and you can see Akron bringing in the Ella here. With the recent buffs, that gun has gotten almost back to its glory days, as before it just had no recoil and a big mag just to start dumping at every single person you see. Now it's the first 16-ish bullets won't have any recoil, but honestly speaking, you only really need one bullet, so that recoil change is quite helpful once you miss that first bullet, and you know the next 16 will most likely kill. I haven't really seen too many times where Ella actually had to deal with the recoil as much as before.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, if you're taking 16 bullets as a roamer, hopefully you're going to be trying to be sneaky with your 3-speed, getting up behind people. We actually are going to see 3 possible roamers with the Jaeger, Ella, and Mozzie going to be upstairs most likely, trying to really waste the time of ASU and really make them be more spread out in their attack when they try to collapse on in. So Mozzie is also being picked to help stop that really meticulous drone work that ASU is known for.
You can see here, Iman also setting up on Cash Room's side, making sure that they can hold down all of the top floors of Clubhouse here, alongside of, I believe there will be Surma with Mozzie, cutting down the intel on the other side as Iman is just holding down this side and using the concussion grenades just at her best, just to be able to kind of create more opportunities and make it easier to peek. I'm going to be able to see if possibly they could pull off any miracles or any just giant plays up from up there.
And also the secondary shotgun of the Mozzie is going to allow him to reconstruct the site and really create long lines of sights and easy rotations for these roamers to just pop in and out and take engagements as they please.
And you can see here that Surma just aiming down at those drone holes, making sure no drones come at him. Really trying to utilize his gadgets to just stop the intel from coming in. And then once the intel from the defenders is told that they're going to start pushing into the kitchen, they should be able to walk down the staircase and start to kind of pressure from above and sneak up behind the attackers and hopefully be able to get a pick for their team.
So now the round is halfway over. There has not been a single pick on the board, as it's going to look like ASU is just going to be preparing their collapse straight in through blue, more of a horizontal take than a top-down roam clear. As Zerfon is starting to entry in, he is going to be met from the player in blue, which is the Legion of Juicy Joseph. However, he is able to get the pick onto the Zofia, as Imad is also able to take out Bud. So now with the IQ and the Zofia off of the board, these last-second Q lines are going to be really able to stop the attackers in and slow down any sort of push that they have.
You see Prodigy here hiding behind the crates, getting the intel that they are pushing from dirt. He's gonna get ready to see if he can get anything going, but Baka takes him down the second he peeks the angle. Now he's gonna be able to push up dirt a little bit more, but the Legion's still inside of blue. Just kind of waiting passively, using the mines for intel to know exactly when they peak. Looks like he's gonna be taking a little bit of damage there, and 38 seconds left on the clock now.
A bomb has been located.
So now Baka is able to get the rotation pick onto CJ for Days, which is the Jaeger, and Surma is going to look like he's going to come up and try to pinch off these players pushing in through blue. The diffuser has gone down and is stuck up inside of the new blue stairs, but Ella of IMAT is going to be trying to defend this with his life. As there's 15 seconds left, Baka is able to get this pick. As he's going for the ace, Surma is off site, so he can rush in this 2v1 situation. As he's going to hit some of the tracks and is down to around 10 HP, the diffuser is going down and is being pinged as he's going to swing and try to get the wall bang, but unfortunately King of the Buck of King is able to take down that Mozzie.
Yeah, really good on Baka there too, to not get too greedy at the very end. If he had was aware that he did end up having a quad kill, he could have potentially tried to go kind of greedy, and the second he hears the Mozzie running to spike traps, just try to peek him and take him out. But really good control there, and knowing that the objective is the more safer and easier play to make, and allowing themselves to get the win and securing the second round for the side of ASU.
You know, their attacks have just been so structured. They were able to isolate out these roamers as soon as they started their blue take by cutting off with these track stingers and just knowing that they had to come back to try to take sight. As soon as they got the picks from dirt, they were able to take this armory side, and really, it was really close with Imad on the Ella trying to take this diffuser, but he wasn't able to buy quite enough time, and the round was lost.
Yeah, also interesting to a really good play of Baka as well. As you can see, he actually had thrown up that the electric, sorry, I think it was Bandit, throwing it up the spikes up on where the Ella was positioned, because he knew the diffuser was there and could kind of have a little bit of a tell that there is a defender watching that. So by putting those spikes there, he's able to kind of make the Ella think to shoot the trap, and then while in that confusion of her trying to shoot the trap, he just pushes up and takes her down. But instead, she knew exactly that they were coming up, waited, tried to peek and take her down, take down the gridlock right before anything could happen, but didn't look like anything really could come out of it. Now we're going to be going into the next round here, as the attack has started with ASU on attack one more time on Cash Room.
And as we saw in the beginning of the round, this Cade also put his Electro Claw on the Bandit wall of main to outside, which is a good adjustment that they had because, as seen last round, they were able to remove the bandit batteries just by making a simple Maverick line across the bottom. But as soon as they shoot those bandit batteries, the wall will still be protected by that Artilla Electroclaw of Cade.
Yeah, he'll definitely hit him with the mix-up once they just start to burn out the bottom of the wall. See that they recognize that they got rid of the bandit battery, but the wall's still electrified. I confused them for a little bit and possibly throw them a little bit off and see if they could get some timing here. And ooh, looks like Firewall's already gonna take that 5 damage to the wall. So there you go, bandit battery. Already in charge of 5 damage here, it's pulling its way here. And it looks like Firewall's gonna be opting to get the top wall first, as it's a lot more safer to burn as it's not too poked out. But it looks like IMAT just gonna walk right outside of Garage, gonna take down Firewall and King. That's both the Buck and the Maverick down. That's huge for Akron here.
Well, if you actually saw what he did, he overhealed himself to be able to tank that Claymore. That was a really smart and calculated aggressive play from IMAT running out of Garage. The defenders, or the attackers, pardon me, probably got such a false sense of security from that Claymore. But as soon as you have a Doc willing to sacrifice down 90 health, he was able to get 2 really big picks onto the hard breach. Now with no way for the wall to be opened with the Maverick off the board, ASU is going to really have to change around their entire attack strategy.
And you can see here, now they're trying to play for the lower floor, see if they can work their way up the stairs from below, and it's going to be a little bit difficult here as there's just so much good angles that the defenders can hold to prevent something like that. So it looks like they're going to be opting a little bit more toward trying to get through construction side. And actually, interesting enough, that construction wall is soft, and it looks like Baka's going to notice it, ping it out, and they're going to pop up that super shorty and start blasting.
And now, as we see, time is dwindling down, and the defenders do have the definite man advantage here. As Garage is still under control with 2 people here, Surma is on the bottom of New Blue Stairs. Gonna try to cover up red, but the rotation is already cut off by the gridlock, as IMAT is gonna go ahead and rotate over, sensing that it's gonna have to be a construction take.
And you can see here Baka just pushing up the backside now, making sure he puts on the track stingers. You see he has 1 left, and so 2 of them have been thrown out already. Making sure that they get some good use out of them. We're also going to be seeing Smoke Raid onto the rotation hole as IMA's sitting right by Bomb, trying to cover it down, getting in a gunfight with Zerfon. Shots being traded left and right, but it looks like by the end of it, Prodigy will be taking a head off of Bud there, and Juice Joseph taking down Zerfon. Baka walks straight in, sees if he can get anything done, but time runs out, and UA will be taking this cash room site.
It was a really good read by IMAT. After he got those initial picks, knowing he took down the hard breach, going to go ahead and rotate over into the cache site and going to be able to hold in that 1 doorway they can get through with the ACOG, as well as having the Cade on top red, willing to blast out some shots at the TCSG.
The run out really changed the game up there as the hard breach from ASU was just gone at that point. And the Maverick also such a very, very important operator to be having in the early game, especially before the wall gets opened up, because if a Maverick is gone right before he can open up the wall, you're pretty much just isolated, and you're going to have to force your way through a little bit more of an uncomfortable approach. And as you can see there, Akron was just able to stop it altogether and make sure that no one was able to even walk in.
Yeah, in this instance on Clubhouse, the way that they are set up with their attacks, this Maverick is just acting as their own hard breach. It's essentially like getting your thermite spawn peak. It's just not a fun time.
And missing a return onto the basement site now here, as they will be bringing the Legion again. I'm actually a little bit curious to see if they maybe give Juicy Joseph a ADS onto blue side this time, as last time he did get concussioned off relatively early, kind of giving out his position for Zerfon to be able to push in and kind of put his crosshair in the appropriate place. But last time Juicy Joseph did end up getting that pick regardless, as apparently he's just conditioned to being concussed and just pretended like nothing happened and just shrugged it off. And it's here, yep. CJ will be putting down the ADS just to kind of give him a little bit of protection from a push like that again.
Now we are going to see the roamer of IMAT and Surma back upstairs. Gonna probably do a very similar hold to what they did last time, really try to waste the time as much as possible. But we did see that ASU did sort of ignore them on the last hold. I'm going to wonder if they are going to go full top down and try to clear these roamers, or if they're just going to isolate them again. There is no flank watch operators. There's no Nomad. There's no Gridlock on for the track stingers, and these roamers are going to have a really free time maneuvering around the map.
Yeah, it looks like they swap Bonk off from playing Gridlock into playing more of a kind of technical and sometimes a fragger of IQ, and also opting to bring Ash as well. I don't think they had brought in that in the previous round, and we're going to see a little bit maybe more of an aggressive playstyle here as they have a lot more entry power on the side of ASU.
As we're going to see the drones coming out, they're going to look towards garage, making sure that they can get down to this new blue area quite easily. But now Juicy Joseph is sitting here behind the big box with the protection of an ADS. IMAT does look like he's going to start rotating towards top garage, possibly getting the calls on intel that they are going to be pushing towards blue. Now the Sophia stuns are going to try to go ahead and burn the ADS and try to push out this Legion, but the Jaeger really does help out to help kill some more time for this Legion to be protected.
And as you can see here, it looks like the Sophia Bus hit managed to get rid of the Legion mine that he did have thrown all the way down there. Kind of giving Juicy Joseph a little bit less information to work off of when a push is coming in. You see here, just crouching in, the Sophia just slowly creeping up. Oh, it looks like he still does have one blue mine, just waiting for it. Throws another one in closer. Goes for a quick peek, sees Sophia halfway through. Tries to shoot some shots down the hall, and it's not like he's getting too much, but IMAC gonna be able to just position himself perfectly here as he's just waiting for ASU to just make one false move here. And it looks like, oh my goodness, they immediately swing out, take down IMAT. Really, really good on Bud there to be able to figure that out.
As now with 45 seconds left, the attackers do need to get control of blue. Now they have entry into both sites, and they're going to be pinching towards the dirt area as well. Prodigy on the Maestro is sitting behind bar as Surma is going to go ahead and rotate and check to make sure kitchen is secure. Now CJ Ferday is taking a gunfight as blue push, and they're going to be pinched out by the Zofia. So now site control is for ASU as the diffuser is going to start going down, but Surma is rotating down these main stairs as Prodigy is going to go ahead and try to cut any entrance into sight from blue. Babaka is able to flank Surma out from behind, and this round just might seem all but over as Prodigy is going to have to retreat and is pinched in multiple positions.
Yeah, 4 operators for a Maestro could take down. It's definitely possible, but very, very hard to pull off here, as he is getting a little bit of intel of where one player is playing. Looks like we'll take him down as he peeks with using the camera intel. And now he's going to take down 3 more people. Half the timer left on the clock. Takes down Bud as well with the headshot, down to a 2v1 for Bach, and Fyro left alive. Just has to hold this out and kind of stall out the Maestro a little bit, as he's not going to be able to move as quickly through the site. Gonna get on the camera to try to figure out, but I mean, there's not that much time left, and Fyro just walks right in and takes him out as he gets on the camera. I have to believe that was a little bit of an input error, because he does have his entire team dead watching cam, so I have to believe he accidentally pressed the button.
Yeah, that definitely looked like a misclick to me, but it was a really good attempt from the Maestro. Can we get some NTs in chat?
Yeah, for sure, and you can see there the ASU special just waiting till time goes down and then getting the intel, knowing exactly where the Legion is. Once that Ella went down, they knew their flank was clear, and it looks like they were just managed to be able to get the push onto Legion there as the other side of ASU got themselves in quite a bit deep into dirt tunnel using the power of Maverick's blowtorch. And then as they just push in, both I believe was Zerfon and Bud there, just pinching the alternate sides of the Legion, kind of giving him no way to survive, and managed to take him down quite cleanly, and then took the whole site within a matter of seconds of that.
Now we're going to see the basement site played for the 3rd time, as now they are going to be removed off the Mozzie and bringing in CJ for days on this beautiful pink smoke. As it looks like they're going to try to eliminate entry into site. As this time dwindles down, the smoke is really good for buying those extra times. Each smoke canister kills, it's either 10 or 15 seconds, so as the 45 seconds left on the clock, you can pretty much ice out entry and buy as much time as you possibly need.
Yeah, with Akron, with
10 seconds remaining.
Arizona State also pushing in like at very, very quick times at the very, very end of the round. Smoke is going to be able to pull off quite a bit here, as he's going to be able to just kind of, if he keeps and reserves his gas tanks for the near the end, he'll probably be able to cut off either one entrance entirely for the entire thing, or possibly even might be able to stretch it out to get 2 different entrances stalled out. Because as you said, the canister lasts somewhere around like I think it was like 14 seconds ish.
Yeah,
and then
around there.
And then yeah, around the time like last time, I believe it was around 45-second mark they started pushing up. That's about the entire timer, and even if they decide to throw 2 on 2 different instances, that's still cutting off quite a bit of the ASU team, kind of limiting their firepower onto getting into sight.
And also we're going to see that IMAT has taken off the Jaeger and Surma has rotated onto more intel with the Valkyrie. But with New Blue Hatch already opening up with about a minute in, it's going to look like that Arizona State is going to do a very similar take to what they did. But as we see with Akron playing a more turtle strategy, we're going to have to really wait and see exactly how this round does pan out.
And it looks like Iman just waiting at the top of the stairs, knowing how last time they were pressuring blue, and they're probably likely to do it again as it was so successful for them for the 2 to 3 times that they have pulled it off now. And it looks like they're already setting up on stock, just pressuring from above on the Legion instead. Gonna be throwing flashbangs here with Hibana there, throwing an impact immediately, trying to see if they could get a little bit of damage onto him, but he was sitting on the other side. Get a little bit of adaptation off of last time, and kind of keeping himself a little bit, just that little bit more safer.
I believe he was actually destroying a Maestro cam that was going to be feeding intel in for this Legion, so now it seems like he's completely blind as to knowing when exactly this blue push is going to take in. But Surma is watching this entrance into kitchen and has the necessary openings on both ways. You have this nice angle that a lot of attackers like to upside down repel here. Which just, if you have a Hibana, usually they just upside down repel and shoot the hatch. But the timing is he just narrowly misses the jump in on this window.
He's gonna recognize it too, try to throw a C4 down immediately, see if he can even get something here. Actually, looks like he's gonna hold off to it a little bit, wait till he gets enough intel, sees the shots on the hole, gonna immediately throw the C4 a little bit to the side of it, predicting that he will be standing around that area, getting the C4 kill as Juicy Joseph headshots Zerfon. That's 2 people down on the side of ASU, now left to a 3v5 with the Legion at kind of low health here.
Because now we're going to see both of the soft breachers for ASU is down, but Bud is going to be able to go ahead and take in New Blue and get this refrag onto the Legion. But with 13 seconds left, IMAX taking a really passive angle watching this door as C4 Fides is also able to take out Baka. But now in a 4v1 situation, Firewall is going to have to push in. Time is against him, and it does put Diffuser down. This round is over as Akron is finally able to pull off the basement defense.
Really big plays from Akron there. The C4 just stopping the buck pressure altogether. You can see also all the different ceiling holes just being made, because that area in general gets pressured a lot by bucks and sludges alike. So just making your own holes and just watching through them kind of catches the attackers off guard, because they kind of forget sometimes that, you know, the defenders could do the same thing right back at you if you go for some vertical gameplay. And it worked out really, really well in that case, getting rid of the bucking, allowing themselves to breathe a little bit more, and then Juicy Joseph just holding down that blue area for so long and keeping it nice and Legion lined up, so that even if they want to push through, they end up having to stop halfway, walk right back, pull out the pin, and then try again.
You know, I really liked the adjustments that we saw from Akron. You know, they were able to analyze exactly what was going wrong on their attacks, and bringing the smoke would really have, if it brought to a plant situation, would have been able to deny plant. They roamed a little bit less, chose to bring in another anchor to really reinforce the site, which is what's truly important on this. They had a Nitro ready to stop any sort of vertical placement as well. But we are going to see IMAT go ahead and pick the Alibi, which is another pick that should help out to try to stop this sort of frantic, calculated attack that comes really late in from Arizona State. As you're pushing site with 15 seconds, you're going to just try to shoot anything that looks like a head. But if you're going to go ahead and give away free intel with that by shooting a Prisma device, that will definitely bite you in the butt.
Yeah, it definitely allows Akron just to get a little bit more idea of what the priority of where they should be looking, where their teammates are looking. As that intel at the very last second, they'll see the ping, and they'll know, okay, this person's much closer to me. I kill this person, and then I flick over to watching something like maybe Garage and trying to stop them from pushing there. As the order that people push in will always make just that much of a difference.
Yeah, I really like that Maestro cam from Prodigy out here. It's sort of hidden in the camera next to the paint can, so it looks just like the paint can, but that is going to be able to shoot off any Habana pellets and thermite charges, or just go ahead and damage the Maverick that ASU is bringing, trying to hard breach.
And also the site holes kind of just opening up a little bit of stock, so if any of them decide to push from there, anyone playing on the site is going to be able to have quite a bit of vision on the entrance away from the top holes. As also, yeah, with Buck being played, a really common thing to just be going beneath there and getting rid of. And oh, looks like the bandit charge could be taking down probably about 10 points of health off of Firal's health here. As now they know that he's going to be starting to go for the Maverick Burn. Might maybe see another spawn peek right at him again.
But the Buck of King is going to be on the repel, waiting for IMAP to get over aggressive, and really try to punish this, as he already did impact away the Claymore. But hopefully it does look like it's a little bit of a bait situation where they want this free pick to happen. But if IMAP is able to read in that they are going to be trying to trap him a little bit, hopefully he'll just continue making them feel on edge.
Using the Zofia impact to get rid of that alibi clone, actually really big there. Although it may seem like, you know, it costs one impact grenade just to get rid of, but at the same time it also allows Zerfon to enter into that window at any given moment and not have his location pinged out. Not only that, but he's able to kind of just shoot more shots freely through it and not accidentally hit the clone and give out his position, or even have the defenders obscured from sight. And you see Bud here going in below, carefully weaving himself around these holes, aware that they exist. Gonna be firing some shots right back up them, trying to get rid of more of the alibi's utility and anything else left on site they can get rid of.
Then we're going to see Surma constantly peeking below these holes as time is dwindling down, 50 seconds left on the pop, as he is able to go ahead and remove the entry frag of Zerfon on the Zofia.
And 45 seconds left on the clock. You see ASU starting to make their play here as the wall's already open. We got, looks like 2-3 people, at least King outside of the main garage there. Sorry, the cache wall there. And looks like the two of them coming up from garage side and challenging Prodigy, who's playing up here on the top. And I think, yep, there is definitely an alibi right below as well. So that's 2 people on 2, while I do believe the the defenders will have the advantage here, as they do have the high ground, but it looks like Ahmed will be taking down Bach with the headshot and Bud taking him right back, now leaving into a 1v1 gunfight here, but looks like they will be opting to rotate, and actually 7 seconds left on the clock, and he did have the diffuser, so they need to make a play right here, right now, onto this site. Looks like he's immediately going to run in and just slap down the diffuser, as Firewall is going to try to cover him, and Prodigy going to walk right out of the garage now, get his head taken right off as King covers perfectly. And looks like they're going to be pushing in even more. Juicy Joseph taking down King. All down left to Bud, who's sitting on main stairs side. Kind of a little bit unknown here. Going to be able to hopefully clutch it for his team. Going to be taking down that Kaid there with the headshot, giving the intel to the enemy team where he's going to be playing around. As you can see here, CJ trying to pre-fire and pre-aim these angles, knowing that the time is ticking down. Gonna try to go for the plant here. Looks like he's gonna get right off of it as the oh my goodness. CJ just peeks around the corner, takes him down with the headshot, and gonna try to get the diffusion in time. I do believe he has enough time, and he's gonna get this, leaving Akron with this defense round.
You know, a 3v3 split is not ideal on club, but depending on how the teams play out, it's not the end of the world. Ideally, you want the 4-2 split on defense, but 3-3 isn't in a horrible situation where you're like, oh no, we can't do it. I'm really excited to see how this last part goes out, as we are going to see ASU is going to go ahead and go to their off-site of Gym Bedroom.
And Gym Bedroom, really fun map site to pick first, as it kind of throws off your enemy team a little bit more, and you can see they're bringing in both the Kaid and Bandit, gonna kind of give a little bit of cash room vibes as well, and make Akron think they're gonna be pushing into cash room instead. And you see right here, 6-pick right off of that Bandit into the smoke, so that way that they're not really stacking up on too much anti-reach. And looks like I'm gonna be opting to take the Zofia instead, as she does have a little bit more utility and a better gun with ACOG as well. So maybe even trying to play more long angles aggressively with Zofia rather than taking Ash.
You know, I like to think of Zofia as more like the big sister of Ash. Brings a little bit more to the table, but she isn't quite that 3-speed, but she does have that ACOG, which still, for some players, is still a very strong entry off, as we were able to see Viral on ASU get quite a few kills with Zofia's gun. It's definitely strong, to say the least.
I see some ADS is being planned down here, and Zerfon setting up their ASU setting up their attack or the defense for the first time here. It looks like they're going to be putting a little bit of a cash room hold here as they're reinforcing every single wall, allowing somebody to play inside of cash room and kind of hold out here for the full time as they will not be able to get shot from across the wall. And it looks like Akron might be even planning on pushing it too, as they have all spawned on the warehouse side. So it's going to be pretty vital that whoever's playing inside of cash room is manages to hold this for as long as they can here. And especially as if they manage to hold it for the whole thing, you can actually get an angle all the way down to gym bedroom window. So it's going to be really, really key that this position is held.
Yeah, this is a very strong horizontal hold that most teams on the gym bedroom do as well, because there are these really long angles you can do to stop all the jump-ins from the windows, but it is incredibly reliant on your roamers in quotation marks, your soft anchors, pushing all the way and being able to hold on to cash room as much as possible. But as the stunts go out onto the Jaeger, it is going to seem like he's going to start getting pinched from both walls here.
You can see there's Zerfon trying to hold down the construction side, make sure that his Jaeger has that rotation if he needs to get out, even able to just jump down hatch just in case things get sticky. And as all the walls are getting blown open by Vonik, allowing them to get a little bit better angles into that area, Bud's going to back all the way to logistics and just kind of hold from here. Wait for the sound cue of them pushing into construction or even the call out, but it looks like one person's right above him. Shotguns open the hatch. Unaware that Bud is there, Bud is just going to run right out of there before he even gets any wind of it.
So now we're going to see that the attack is going to start fanning out towards these windows, knowing that they went ahead and cleared out the cash room. So with a minute 20 seconds left, they're going to begin to start picking up their and setting up their attack. If Capital is able to take out this Jaeger, they are going to be able to start pinching onto these primary anchors. As both players are going to go ahead and rotate onto the main stairs, trying to stop this logistics and construction take. As IMAT's going to go ahead and start entering in, going to look towards the Maestro in the bathroom, and does manage to get the headshot onto King.
And smoke grenade going right out, damaging IMAT, forcing him to push up into bathroom. But unfortunately, since the Maestro died, there is nobody playing there, kind of giving IMAT a little bit of a better grounding within the site to just kind of cover and let a plant happen here. See Juicy Joseph tries to put it down a little bit. Gonna be getting off as his position's getting a little bit of compromise there. Gonna be trying one more time, but Zerfon getting the Claymore on the second attempt there, right in front of the bed. Really, really good for the side of ASU there. IMAT instead now gonna try planting the diffuser. Hearing the smoke charge getting thrown out, getting ready to get off of it and just keep moving, but doesn't really quite hit him. He tries to go for it again, but now realizing that it's quite the unfavorable position for them as Zerfon takes down another one. Down goes Surma. 3v2 here. As Zerfon walks into sight, takes down IMAT. Now just down to Prodigy outside of the gym wall, trying to burn it down a little bit, and he's just gonna be stuck out here. 1 second left on the clock, and ASU are gonna take that defense round.
No, I really liked what ASU did. It was a really big trap setup where they only had about 1 or 2 anchors, but then as soon as the site started getting taken away, they knew they had their cams from the Maestro as well as the Valkyrie, and they just went ahead and rotated down into bar and were able to nitro through that floor and stop plant.
And just that C4 was just so vital because Juicy Joseph was in a really good position to plant to kind of protect it from a lot of the angles, and then the C4 just being ripped out there, taking him out, stopping the kind of the flow that Akron had going on the attack round, and kind of forcing IMAT to try planting it himself. But as you can see there, didn't really have too much good cover. He had to get off at the second. There was a little bit of pressure applied, and then just after that, Zerfon just immediately backdooring right through construction, taking down quite a bit of members of Akron.
See, both of these teams seem to be attacking really late into the round. And, you know, if your attacks are structured and you really sort of use this blitz method where you rush site, you get all your picks, you get diffuser down, it's really strong and hard to stop. But in that instance, if any sort of defender is managing to make a play, it can sort of really take the wind out of the sails of the attacker, especially if you manage to lose this diffuser.
You know, with a lot longer pushes like both these teams have been doing, where they just kind of take their time and really think things out and try to push in particular areas. It kind of makes the game turn into kind of like a giant game of chess. You know, you got your, as you see, King, or maybe not King, but you got King playing over, putting down some utility and kind of helping hold off blue side. kind of, I think we the Bud with Jaeger is just playing in there, kind of like similar to a chess piece, just holding down that one side, seeing, trying to pressure off the other side pieces from being able to push in, and kind of just pinch him from both sides, leaving him forced to a situation where he can't really make a really too great of a decision, taking him down through the gunfight afterwards.
So we
It's really
are
fun
gonna
to just watch just how these teams play through that way.
So we are going to see a more of a traditional top-down take from these Akron attackers, as the Buck and Zofia are going to go ahead and entry in and make sure that this entire top floor is clear, as they are going to begin going down these staircases with the help of their drones. Going to make sure to know that they aren't going to get a late flank. Nothing's going to be surprising them. But as we are seeing, ASU is doing more of a traditional turtle strat, where there's not a whole lot of people off-site, and they're really going to try to hold this as much as possible.
Yeah, it looks like I can already see like 4 people on site. I want to say there's maybe 5. I don't think they actually have a roamer here. But, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all actually on site, just waiting for the push to come in. Everyone ready to just hold down one angle in particular. Once one person goes down, you just have someone rotate and their face and start kind of trying to stop that wound from festering any further. And you see here just Akron taking advantage of that, trying to set themselves up on every single point of the map, trying to figure out their desired method of attack, considering the current defender layout here as they start to drone up, getting that little bit of intel there. And see, I'm already playing down of the main stairs here, trying to just move around as Maverick is just burning through the hatch and gonna kind of get Firewall to leave the room.
Yeah, with a Thatcher ban, it does mean that Cade is so powerful on helping to really slow down any sort of vertical pressure on hatches. But now as the Jaeger has already rotated off of blue and giving blue control, there is now entry into both sites at once, depending on exactly how IMAT actually does disconnect, which is quite unfortunate, and we'll most likely be seeing rehost after this round. But Bud is going to go ahead and be standing on top of these boxes, trying to deny the entry into the door of this Captain Tau. With 30 seconds going left on the board, it's going to be a really hard take for these attackers.
Just the Legion Mines applying pressure now as time ticks down and just causing that little bit of extra seconds to pull out the pin. You're going to be coming down to the wire here. There's 20 seconds left on the clock now. And as you can see, Surma and CJ just trying to flash in, trying to create their entryway. We'll be taking down Bud there, but it's King and Firehole taking down Surma and Juicy Joseph respectively. And ooh, down goes the last one as Ahisu takes the round. And yep, we'll be seeing the rehost here as the score is 5-3 at this current point.
As Zerfon is really making his impact known with 10 kills on the board already, only 5 deaths, holding a nice 2 KD. You know, really putting the team on his back and understanding exactly how he's going to be the backbone of these defending rounds.
Yeah.
So we will go to intermission on this rehost.
Yeah. You good?
We good? Both teams are ready. So just go ahead and count us down whenever you want to start.
You want to start or me, C-Dubs?
Your call, dude. I don't care.
All right. All right, and we are back after that little bit of a blue screen thing there. Right back in here with ASU versus Akron here, as the scoreline, I believe, right before the break was 5-3, and we'll be going right back into that. And I believe the last round there, ASU successfully defended out the basement, so now they're going to be looking like they're going to go toward cash room side this time, bringing in the Cade and trying to just stop off that wall from being blown up.
And so we are going to see ASU taking a strong start on defense, taking these first 2 rounds, going to look to try to get this clean sweep of all of the main sites that you want to take, which will lead to a 6-3, and in that position, you're just trying to get one more round. You've secured at least a tie, and you're going to feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be opting to 6-pick into the smoke as well, realizing that, you know, Akron actually plays quite similar in the fact that they just grown out everything, and then within the last 30 seconds, try to make that final push and try to pinch in on every single one of these defenders. So they're going to be trying to pull off the same trick right back at them, bringing in the smoke grenade and stopping them from even being able to enter within those last couple seconds.
And we are going to see that there is not a bandit brought, so there's only going to be one primary way to defeat the breach, being the electric claws of the cave, as Zerfong is going to be on this Valkyrie that he has been very successful on, being able to rotate with his intel, being able to get these nitro kills, being able to really just facilitate exactly where his team is going to know where the attack and pushing, and he's going to be able to go ahead and switch around and shift to better take on these last second pushes.
And this is going to actually be quite great to bring the Kaid in this case, because as you can see here, they do still bring the Thermite and the Maverick at the same time. So they might just be trying to, you know, electrify or burn the wall until they get rid of the electric claw there, kind of stopping the ability to just be able to burn it out super easily and be like, okay, got rid of the bandit charge, just blow up the wall now. And instead, causing the Maverick just had to do a complete job instead, as he's probably not going to be able to get an angle onto the electric claw as hopefully planned for Akron.
It actually is really interesting to see how Arizona State is going to be taking this site, because they are deciding just not to have any sort of presence in garage and getting that for free. They did full rotation. They did not have a rotate hole. They did a full reinforcement on the wall and went ahead and hated it, as Juicy Joseph is going to go ahead and drone up on rafters and see that it is clear. But Prodigy is going to begin to take some damage from the Electro Claw on the walls. He's trying to go ahead and get it open, but it's a really difficult task to try to open up the whole wall with your breaching torch.
Yeah, you have to know exactly where you need to burn and just be able to get right in the right spots. Make sure you don't waste too much gas, as it is quite demanding if you do it incorrectly. As you can see here, he did get the wall to go completely soft, and he does have about, I believe that's about 2 full tanks left. So he might be able to burn out another wall on the other side of the map, or possibly just ignore the amount of tank he has left and just go immediately for some pushes here. And actually, what just happened to the dash charger? It didn't even detonate.
It's still electrified, so it did get destroyed. Which is quite interesting to see, but as Sermon is going to go ahead and start cutting off rotates, as he already did place one air jab on main stairs, is going to go ahead and protect his fellow attackers from getting swung from the cache door.
I just want to point out too, just a lot faster pacing this time too. See, a minute left, they already like pushed into a better room there and reaching open that wall as it is. It looks like Akron's trying to pick up the pace a little bit here. And it's going to pay off quite a bit too, as they do have the smoke to now contend with.
As now Juicy Joseph of the Thermite is going to go ahead and start taking in shots and is able to take down the Maestro, removing the Jaeger Device ADS. And with the drones coming in on the smoke of main stairs on top red, he is going to start getting pinched from below. Most likely, a CJ is going to go ahead and rotate and really commit to this full cache room breach take. With 20 seconds left, they have to start thinking about getting diffuser, as IMAT is going to go ahead and try to flash out this smoke, and CJ will start trying to nade him. But Viral on top red stairs is going to get taken out by the Nomad of Surma, and IMAT is also able to take out that smoke with Valkyrie on very little HP, and Bud going to go ahead and start ripping through garage. It is, as diffuser is going down and is down in a 1v5 situation, but is going to have a big task ahead of him.
Yeah, Bud just trying to make what he can out of the situation, trying to see if he can get a frag, but unfortunately, looks like IMAT will be taking off his head with the pistol here, and just securing the round here for Akron. So, by doing so, they actually prevented the clean sweep on all 3 rounds, and now ASU does have the option to go back gym bedroom if they please to, or they could try taking defending cash room again. We'll see what they decide to do.
As they will opt to go ahead and switch over to gym bedroom. That seems to be their more comfortable site as this has lined up, but now maybe there's a little bit less surprise factor from going there, as it was last played on the first round of defense. Maybe the attackers didn't quite have their exact ops that they wanted. Maybe they fell for that trap a little bit, but we'll have to see how it pans out.
And this is what I like too. As you see, the roster is almost exactly the same, kind of giving the still ambiguity for Akron here, not knowing whether or not, you know, are they going back cash room or are they going back to gym, because it is possible for them to very well go back gym, and the roster that they are bringing here on the defense lineup, since it's the exact same, could honestly spell either story.
I am curious to see if they will go ahead and do. They most likely will be doing the same setup of trying to hold this horizontal entire 3rd floor as much as possible. Then hopefully they will be able to fall back and use the nitro cells, as they have 3 now on the board with the mute being brought this time. You know, Valkyrie, Cade, and King of Mute will all be able to go ahead and destroy a diffuser from below.
You even have Baka too with the smoke grenade, being able to just drop it right on the person with the diffuser, or even just lock off the entrance, stalling for even more time for the side of ASU. This is going to be a very interesting round to see how it plays out, because gym bedroom is also a site that not a lot of people are too comfortable with attacking, so it usually does catch people quite off guard. And you see here again going for the cash room hold here, just kind of hold it off and see if they can capitalize on the angle that they're able to create, and just use all the walls to just burn the utility, because last time they did throw, like, I think it was every single one of the Bana's pellets right over the wall. Not pellets, sorry, the flashbang. Right over the wall, and then after that use like 1 set of pellets on the wall. That's already quite a bit of utility gone, and we'll see if we might be able to see a repeat.
As we will see that the attackers are going to go ahead and start droning and trying to get this intel in, as Zerfon is going to be the anchor of cash room. But the wall is being blown up above, and going to go ahead and try to take out those ADSs, possibly get bucks made right over top and get an easy kill. But as he will rotate into the CCTV room, it's going to look like they're going to try to cut these rotations, start getting these breaches open, and really pinching in as ASU is going to go ahead and fall away.
You can see here already burning down 3 flashbangs and 1 thermite charge on the side of the cash room there. Burning quite a bit of utility, kind of making their time getting into site a little bit harder, because those flashbangs, you may not realize it, but they actually create a lot of pressure and a lot of stress as if you're a defender and you're just even remotely flashed. Once you see that indicator on your screen, you already know what's about to come. Bud just getting back into the same situation as last time. Droned out inside of logistics, gonna hold the same angle. Actually, it looks like, yeah, he will be actually trying to back off this time, opting to take. Oh no, I lied. He went even more aggressive. Ran right back in, taking down CJ and Surma. Looks like aggression really paid off for him here. He sees the bullet trails going back and forth, manages to finish the kill off as the thermite goes down. Smoke grenade right onto his position so that he's a little bit hidden there. And oh my goodness, Bud with the quad kill now. IMAT having to jump into construction, hopefully able to change what's going on here. Is he's just dominating this one little spot here with the diffuser in is complete control.
As we did see last round, it is an adjustment from the ASU side that they know that they gave up logistics a little bit hard, but IMAT is able to get the refrag onto this Jaeger, but with 45 seconds left on the clock in a 1v4 situation, there's still 3 nitros on the board. I believe there's still a smoke canister in pocket, but IMAT is going to have a very difficult job ahead of him. He's really going to have to start taking his time in and getting these frags, but anybody that you want still left on the board, the R4C in the hands of IMAT is still very, very dangerous. He's going to go ahead and take down a Valkyrie camp. It looks like he's going to go ahead and try to push on into this bedroom, give himself another option, but is going to get taken down as he peeks main stairs as Baka with the SMG-11 proves too much to handle.
Yeah, IMAT just left in a really, really sticky situation. So much operators with the ability to hold off site, and all they know is just a 1v4 situation. All they have to actually do is just sit there, wait, and just click the head the second it pops on through, and there you go. And then ASU gonna be able to secure that round. Bud just such a big play there. Last time he played inside logistics, he ended up getting pre-fired down. Looks like this time he ended up faking them out as he ran out the room, and they decided, nah, I ain't going out like this, and just jumps right back in there, gunning down both of them almost immediately as they drop down the hatch. Really, really big there for Bud, especially once he got that diffuser down. Really ended up allowing the attackers to just need to push him.
To locate and defuse as many bombs
I really
as
liked
they
the
can.
smoke play because as soon as they threw in that smoke, we saw as the fourth person ran in, the Jaeger was kind of hiding in the smoke, and then he was just able to get a really easy kill. It was like a really big cloak and mirrors. They thought it was clear, and all of a sudden, 4 people are dead.
Yeah, for sure, and especially the placement too was right in front of him, but not like close enough where it actually clips him and ends up killing him on the side. So just really, really good play there, like altogether, stopping them from being able to push. Because even after in the ash walked in again, you see another smoke grenade get put out, and she just had to sit there and just stare at the smoke grenade as it, until it dissipated because the diffuser's there. All the Ash is really able to do in this situation is just either wait or try to rotate and go a different angle, but then eventually have to make their way right back to Bud in the exact same spot.
And trying to challenge, even with the recent nerf to the 416C, still one of the best rifles. And you put that in the hand with 3 speed, you can rotate anywhere. That's why Jaeger is a very big comfort for a lot of gunners.
Also, one more thing too, you can even see like the fact that Bud was able to last here so long was also partially has to do with the lack of like flashbangs and stuff on the side of Akron. Just weren't able to kind of be able to pressure him any bit, and he just had free range to just start peeking out and shooting like crazy.
Exactly. Getting any sort of utility dump. Utility is such a big part of this game. You have to be so cautious with it and use it in the right way, because a single flashbang, when you're pushing in, really can change the entire course of a round.
And now we're here on match point for the side of ASU. They just need to pull out one more round here, and they're going to be going to the basement. One of the rounds that right before the rehost occurred, they actually were able to defend this off entirely. So it's going to be a little bit stressful for Akron trying to pull out the comeback here. They need to win 2 rounds to pull off a tie, as we are still in the early part of the season. So there is no overtime currently set in the playlist. So it's going to be quite a bit of a little bit stressful for Akron here, and the pressure's going to be definitely on them to just be able to hopefully bring this back and
drop the bomb diffuser.
take down the tie for their team. I have to think, IMAT was the entry on that round, and he was pushing down main stairs, was gonna really, but as soon as he disconnected, it really took a lot of momentum. It was a big hit to this Akron team. He was really momentum based, really frag heavy, but as soon as something goes wrong, it's really hard to recover. But IMAT is gonna go ahead and sneak down all the way into Moto, and is gonna go ahead and start taking a lot of map control, as it seems his position is unknown.
Ooh, but it looks like he will get taken down from Bud with the headshot, just watching down that angle regardless, just waiting for someone to come on by. And it looks like it now is Nomad up to bat. Then be pushing down the same hall, making their way right into Moto just the same. And Bud is gonna be, looks like he'll be watching right back again. Sees the bullet trails, knows for sure. CJ for days headshotting King ASU on the other side of the site.
As we saw earlier, or last round, Zephon was able to get the nitro on and removing the vertical play of CJ, but this time he's able to get the better of the anchor that's holding in this sort of like gold pallets area over near the bomb site and armory. But Baka is still in a strong position, as Juicy Joseph is going to be pushing down dirt, trying to get this frag out, but there's most likely goo mines still in play, going to go ahead and give a lot of intel when they pop off.
Ooh, dirt push, and it looks like one will go down, but the refrag will come out immediately as CJ Ferday just walks into sight, taking down Baka, and Prodigy holding on to Moto. They're going to be hearing the plan, getting the intel out. They're going to start pushing up, CJ Ferday is covering it. Looks like Jaeger's going to run right in front of the crosshair, get taken down, but Firewall going to get taken down from Prodigy. Now it's just down to a 1v2 here. Actually, no, sorry, a 2v2 as Firewall's able to pick up right back, but oh my goodness, down goes Firewall from the headshot as the Nomad there pushes blue, and Akron gonna end up taking that round there right at the end.
It was a really strong push. It was really well coordinated. The attackers that came down dirt were able to get their main pick and really roll off that momentum, as well as the Maverick that was playing in Moto was able to really help on the pinch, knowing that the roamers were in the arsenal behind that bar area, cutting any sort of rotation for retake that they had.
Yeah, just we want to point out too, the Maverick actually waited for the plan to finish, and then afterwards, once ASU started pushing toward, as you see, the Jaeger just full sprint ran in there, trying to stop as best as he could. Uh, once they started giving up entirely on the fact that anyone might be in moto, pushed up immediately and managed to capitalize off the situation, taking down at least one head there.
It's another interesting decision is that the defenders could have gone back up to the CCTV bomb site, if I am correct in that, but they are going to stick strong to their guns in this basement, thinking that just a little adjustment really could help them ice out this game.
And this round is going to matter for sure, because this is at this point the final round of this map. If Akron is able to win this, they will bring it to a tie and go to the next map. If Arizona State wins this one, we will be seeing a complete victory for Arizona on this one map, and thus on to the next map afterwards. So no matter what happens here, this will be the last map onto Clubhouse.
Yep, and in this instance, we're going to actually see the next map being Coastline, which both teams are very strong on. I'm going to be really excited to see how this one plays out. But as we said earlier, it is really early on in the season. Every points matter, and we're going to assume ASU really wants this win.
Yeah, now the attackers are going to start pushing up. Last time, I do believe Akron has actually been picking up their speed a bit, because I do believe that Maverick was able to get inside of Moto and kind of hold that off at 1 minute left. And then the other two, I think, probably pushed in around the 50-second mark. I'm probably a little bit off there, but it still happened at like a timing that they did have. Like, if they needed to, whoever was planting could potentially just get themselves off of it and try to kind of take down any of the more defenders, get a couple more picks, and then go for the opportunity. And you can see if this time they might be doing a little bit more of the same, just trying to pick up the speed with their droning, knowing that a lot of Arizona will be on site. So they don't have to worry too hard about anchors, but still bringing the Nomad just in case.
Yeah, as we saw last round, IMAT was able to go ahead and push down this main stairs area really quickly, and that sort of broke down. It was IMAT ran so everybody else could walk into sight. He really took the ground, he took all the way into Moto, and then as soon as he was taken down, his team was still able to pick up the map control that he took.
The burning of the hatch already has begun, and Firewall going to be playing inside of that Moto area. Going to be kind of forced to back off here. Probably might try to see if he can pick through the holes as it happens, and CJ blasting through into the site, trying to stop anyone from playing from the backside of B. Also giving themselves the opportunity to maybe even play from up there if a plan does go off, and we'll see if maybe even if that might be able to come into play late game.
This Bud's going to go ahead and just be peeking in a very ballsy way, trying to get this Buck who's sort of destroying the entire ceiling from them. But if he is able to get this pick, it's going to take away a lot of vertical control from Akron. But with 50 seconds left on the clock, there's not been any sort of fights yet, as we are most likely going to see a really action-packed last minute.
Surma already at the bottom of the stairs there too, getting ready to just push in right as the whole team is in position. Actually, you can see his health is, he took a couple shots there, and dirt getting opened up. Aka just gonna walk right in and just take down the Thermite right before he can even get anything started. Use the opportunity, knowing that he's gonna be reloading in. Surma just walking up, getting taken down by Bud. CJ gets a reframe with the headshot. 30 seconds left on the clock now with a 4v3 situation. Really good for defenders. Shots going back and forth for Zerfon. Bakwa taking down High Mat now. Just 20 seconds left on the clock. 2v4. Things looking really good for ASU here.
As now we're going to see in this one instance, King is able to get the headshot onto Prodigy in a 1v4 situation with 10 seconds left on the board. CJ Friday is unable to make this clutch happen.
There you go. ASU will be taking their victory on the map of Clubhouse with a final score of 7-5. Really, really close game and really, really good showing for both teams there. It's just the rounds going back and forth. Teams showing off some of their strengths and weaknesses on both sides, and just really using their strengths to just overpower and overcome and eventually just make a really good showing. And we're just going to go on break as we get give the players just a little bit of a second to use the washroom and get ready. Just refresh and reset for the next map, which will be Coastline when we are back. has the better fragging potential or fragging ability. As the map is quite a bit of a circle, it kind of creates pinches quite a bit easier. So it kind of forces you to just push out one side and just start shooting and taking the gunfight. Maybe more opposed to running away, unless you're able to make that rotation for yourself.
It's going to be really interesting seeing these attacker bands from the Nomad and the Jackal. It is going to really favor the defensive side, as there's not going to be a whole lot to stop these roamers from just absolutely running rampant. But as Keldef did say earlier, Coastline is a very frag-heavy map, and it can definitely turn into a big old Charlie Foxtrot real quick.
Yeah, the Nomad for sure is just going to really allow the defenders just to get that little bit extra breathing space, because just being able to push from below, especially if you're playing something maybe like a Pulse, once you get that C4 down, you're not really doing too much giving intel. But if your site is currently like lacking manpower, you're gonna need to rotate back up. And if the Nomad air jabbers are there, you're stuck. Nothing's happening, and you're just gonna have to tank it. Pray to God no one comes around the corner and shoots you.
But as we are going to see, these defenders are going to be going on to the hookah bomb site with a smoke and a mute here, with that really big shotgun and SMG combo. But we will see a Capital and a Gridlock on Surma, that's going to try to do whatever she can to cut rotations as well as a Nomad could.
And Gridlock, definitely an operator that definitely could cut off rotations really well in this map in particular, just because the incline that the staircases give kind of create a giant sea of the person to get up, and it just makes things a little bit slower for them to get through there. Also, not only that, but like for example, A site there, not really the biggest of rooms on the entry part. So if you could even get a Gridlock there or closer to the bomb, the defenders are kind of forced into running through it as they go to try to defuse the bomb.
And then you throw in a secondary shotgun into the mix, you're really going to be able to reconstruct exactly whatever room you're going to hold, create your lines of sight that you want, in addition to having CJ for days on the buck as well. It's going to look like a really big, heavy, soft breaching team with both Sophia and Ash, Gridlock, and CJ all being able to do that. And then you throw in Juicy Joseph on the Capital, being able to smoke off and fire out any defenders just as a little cherry on top for this attack.
Oh yeah. Coastline is definitely one of those maps where the need for a Hibana or a Thermite is definitely a lot lowered, and you could actually pretty much play an entire time of Coastline just without even bringing a single hard breach, really. As a lot of the entryways, like for example, if you like look at Hookah, you could just walk into Aquarium, and as long as you have soft breach to get rid of any castle potential, you have that doorway, you have that entire area clear, and walk right in. And then for the other maps, it's kind of very similar approach, where I think only maybe Penthouse you might have a little bit of trouble.
So we're going to see Surma's going to go ahead and take this office control really quickly and start trying to flush out anybody making any vertical pressure, as CJ Ferday is going to go ahead and reconstruct that entire bottom bar area, make sure there's nobody hiding there. As Zerfon is going to be playing on this close wall, trying to cut off any attackers from pushing in on luggage side. He's going to go ahead and go on cam to rotate through and really try to find out where this Akron attack is coming from.
Yeah, he's actually kind of braving in the room a little bit here if anyone comes from the hell there, as he's sitting quite close on the other side of the wall. We'll be knowing now for sure that, oh my goodness, goes completely undetected. If he takes down Juicy Joseph and Bud, headshot. Immediately, Prodigy going for the refrag. We'll get it onto Zerfon, taking down his head. Gonna be able to destroy the ADS right there and give himself a 5-minute break, or sorry, 5-second break, just to take a kind of deep breath and reevaluate what's going on in the situation and be able to adjust accordingly.
But as we see, the weak gun of the MPX was still able to take away a good chunk from this Sophia, who does have diffuser, as it's most likely the Gridlock is going to have to rotate over and help to push in if they're going to try to get this plant down. With smoke grenades still up, it's going to be a lot less time you can spend trying to stick that diffuse. There actually is a pre-placed nitro above the door. Going to try to maybe catch out an unsuspecting attacker rushing in as time does start to dwindle down.
I think that may have been Zerfon's, though, because I do not believe any of those operators could bring an C4 at this point, so it's kind of just like an invisible pressure, especially because they don't know if that is someone's C4. They will hear it, they know it's there, but they don't know that none of the operators could even bring his C4 left, unless they had to ping out the rest of them.
Yeah, there was still the mute on the board, but he is going to be taken down But as Surma does start pushing it onto this pool table, he knows the position of the smoke and is able to get the frag.
Unfortunately, no one really hovering that smoke, so Surma just able to walk straight into sight. And Bud gonna take down Prodigy before the plan could go down. Now it's just down to Surma to hopefully, for Akron, take down two of the defenders. Looks like Bud will maybe go triple kill. Sorry, but I was stand corrected. It looks like they did get the diffuser down, and it was just a matter of catching the planter on the way out.
Yeah, it was unlucky timing, but ASU was hoping that they were just going to be able to not have a post-plant situation, but when you have a 2v1 and you're retaking site, having the gun of the Jaeger is just really helpful. He was able to sort of sneak up on the gridlock, and there really wasn't much that Surma could do.
And I'm not sure if you caught it, C-Dubs, but do you know how much the track standers were left at the end of the round?
I don't believe that there were any. I saw that there were two thrown. There's one thrown underneath Aqua Hatch, and there's one thrown in security. I don't know if the third one was ever placed.
Yeah, definitely, because at the end there, you can see there wasn't that many track stingers left on site. So either it was thrown for another flank watch, or it was taken out almost immediately. But actually, I just want to... I really like the fact that they put it at the bottom of the hatch, so if anyone does try to play Aqua, and then just jump down the hatch, they jump straight into a bunch of track stingers, take all that bit of damage, and just giving out their position entirely to the attackers that, hey, someone jumped down the hatch, we're clear to just walk in.
I know from personal experience of playing against Akron, they love doing their take and really holding strong on this office position. They know how deadly it can be if on a retake situation. If you can rotate between Sunrise and Blue Bar and office, you can nitro off pretty much any plant spot you can possibly think of besides on top of the pool table. But if you have to go on top of the pool table, you're exposed to so many different angles. But if we're going to see the defenders are going to go towards Blue Bar, which is definitely the off-site of this map, with most teams definitely preferring taking Kitchen, as we've seen it rise into prominence inside this metagame.
Yeah, this map is a little bit unorthodox, as it is kind of hard to hold, because as you can see here, Blue Bar, there's a doorway that leads into office, the window that leads straight outside, allowing any attacker to get a long angle. So it generally becomes a little bit hard to hold. So what some people have been trying to do is, you know, as you see there, Maestro, opening up the bottom part of the wall, of that big wall there, and just allowing any of the attackers from main lobby and even courtyard to be able to see anyone who's planting. And just because the way that they're placed and the height that they're placed at, Bud Amazi here is going to be able to see anyone trying to go for a plant, and they may not be able to see him 100%, as his head might, or the line of sight won't be as far.
And we're going to see Surma's going to go ahead and have an inkling that there is the Mozzie playing in security, and it's able to get the kill onto him as well. So now, as main lobby control is going to be go ahead and relinquish from the defenders, Zerfon is still holding strong in Kitchen, trying to create. But as you said earlier, the main meta on this site is to make Blue Bar as much of a kill box as you can, as it is so hard to hold. You just want to create a lot of retakeability, if possible.
Ooh. Looks like you see the CJ shotgunning out the bit of the wall there, throwing a grenade directly at it, trying to see if you get anyone around that corner, maybe even trying to run away as the grenade is about to go off. It looks like they will be spotting Zerfon here. Zerfon maybe trying to make you play happen so you can hopefully take back main lobby. Gunshots being traded left and right. Grenade getting thrown out. Zerfon trying to get into the corner as much as he can out of the line as to the blast radius, but will get taken down to a headshot from Juicy Joseph as King just trying to take down Sunroom and the backside here, so he can maybe even try to take back the control of main lobby. But unfortunately, on the way back, when he decides to opt not to, Prodigy just catches him on the rotate and takes him down. Now it's just down to a 2v4. Things are looking really good for the side of Akron here.
But with the two operators that are left on the board for the defenders, it is a Smoke and a Maestro who are both in their role. They are at their core breach or plant denial. Pardon me. But now as the plant is going down in sort of a safe location of Juicy Joseph, there's not much angles that Viral and Fire can do to stop this accuser from going down here.
Yeah, with the lack of the main lobby control there, they were just able to plant anywhere in Blue Bar. Now they're able to hold all the way in main entrance there. So it's going to be super hard for Viral to be able to take this back. It looks like he's going to be charging right into one of the there. And CJ for days takes down Baka as IMAT takes down Viral, securing the round for Akron there.
No, really textbook take from Akron here. They got their control that they needed. They really flushed out everybody and was really pinching them back into Sunrise. And once you're stuck in Sunrise, there's not really much you can do. You're sort of isolated in a corner, and with every gun pointed at you, it's sort of a GG at that point.
Yeah, and you can see there too, just that entire round was just heavily focused horizontal. I don't think a single player even bothered going upstairs at that point. And it's just entirely just a matter of Akron trying to take down. If you think of like a circle, like Akron was trying to take down 3/4 of that entire circle, just killing Zerfon inside of kitchen and allowing them to just take control of Blue Bar and just be able to plant willy-nilly, because there's no way for any of the defenders on Sunrise side to even be able to peek that from where they're standing.
I have to think that the call for the full horizontal take was definitely had to be seen from the drones in the prep phase. If you know there's no roamers upstairs and the site's downstairs, then why even worry about it at that point? ASU's doing enough to restructure their site, give you long lines of sight. They have to inside courtyard, because if not, it's just the easiest plant you can have, and you can just hold from the window as an attacker. But if there's no vertical pressure, it would make getting out Sunrise a little bit easier, but if the entire roam is on the lobby and kitchen side, that's where you do have to focus your attack.
We will be seeing here a repeat hold on to Blue Bar, and this time you see Bud actually opening up some shotgun holes on the top, allowing for a little bit more vertical hold to be possible here. Might be able to see the adjustment of maybe Mozzie going up above and trying to make sure that even if they do lose main lobby side, they can still hold it from above and get, or even like rotate up those cool vibe stairs, run all the way over to poolside and be able to watch from up there.
No, I really did like that balcony camera from the hands of Zerfon. It's gonna know that that's where their attack did hinge from, is that office side take, as he is going to be safe and trying to hold vertical pressure, maybe for a late flank with intel on this balcony.
You see the attack round starting to happen here as the attacker's starting to push up, and I'm just walking right into Hookah here. Looks like we'll be seeing a little bit more of a vertical play here. Again, like you said before, drone work really starts to paint a picture of how you need to be able to play. They may be able to call out maybe one or two of the defenders, setting up something that vertical play would be a bit more of an issue. You can see King just playing on top of Cool Vibes there, getting rid of the drone and kind of just getting lowering the economy for Akron there, and making things just that little bit difficult to try to find those roamers now.
And going back to your drone work, we are seeing for the first time, I believe, the Mute Mozzie combo that's really been coined in Pro League, is really defined as sort of intelligence-denying meta that has shifted towards in this season. But now CT Phoenix is going to push up and go ahead and get this frag onto the Cool Vibe stairs. That was the Mute. Just take his shots onto the Maestro, but none were able to land after the smoke blow.
And Firewall going down to IMAT, right above, able to just open up above and then shoot right on top of his head. That's the Maestro going down now. So any of those Maestro camps are kind of just locked into position, and no longer is there any of teasing. However, they are still able to get good vision, and it looks like IMAT will flies off. Play for more of a Sunrise push. Will get taken down to Baka as he takes that double kill with 2 headshots. Zerfon getting his double kill right back. Hell is all down to just Juicy Joseph on the Capital. Looks like he will get Zerfon, bringing it down to a 1v1 with Baka on low health. He's going to have to play a little bit more passive here. He does have 1 smoke grenade left for a potential plant denial. We'll see the flashbang getting thrown in his direction, knowing that from the camera ping, okay, he's definitely inside of Blue Bar now, and this is going to get really down to the wire here as he's starting to put down the diffuser. Call goes out that he's doing so. Looks like he's trying to sprint all over there, throw a grenade onto the position, and it looks like looks like the diffuser will get activated for the side of Akron there.
But 50 health from the smoke grenade onto this Capital is going to make this matchup a little bit more even, but the SMG-11 is a very hard gun to control, and Juicy Joseph is able to go ahead and take off the head of Baka to secure the round for Akron.
That match, like, in 1 good second, Baka just managed to getting a double kill headshot with the SMG-11. Started to turn the tide, and then Zerfon immediately after getting a double kill of his own. Juicy Joseph really coming out clutch in that situation, managing to just fire off any rotate for the smoke to get in from directly, allowing him to kind of buy himself more time to put down that diffuser that takes 7 seconds, and then with that time managed to get himself in a better position and really use the health advantage and the fact that now he has to defend one area rather than have to push into the likes of Baka there.
Yeah, it was a really well played 1v1 clutch situation. Thankfully, Juicy Joseph did have the diffuser, and there was one less added stress. But as soon as the diffuser went down, that tide
Attackers
does
need to
shift,
locate and
where
defuse
time is
bombs.
on your side as opposed to the side of the defenders, and it really makes it a whole nother game. And usually, if you play your cards right, you can hopefully be able to hold off your replay situation.
That's the one thing I love about watching Capital, like really good Capital players, because they'll do stuff like that. Like, you know, a lot of people think, okay, you use the fire dart to just flush people out, right? In this case, the fire dart was actually used to prevent entry. And by preventing that entry from the smoke, he wasn't able to take a direct route and maybe even like cause a lot more pressure onto him. And he had that, he knew that with the time from Sunrise Bar to get over to him, he should have way more than enough time to plant. Stuck it down, used probably a couple drones maybe hiding around to get a little bit of intel, and know if he's even in any road situation or danger in that situation. And it really worked out well for him.
Yeah, instead of having to worry about two angles, both the rotate and the door, as soon as he fired off that rotate, he knew that there was only one place that he could come from, then the engagement was definitely in his terms.
Now we're going to be seeing a nice hookah billiards hold this time from the side of ASU, with Surma just they're already taking down the control of side, making sure they can cut off any rotate from anyone trying to roam inside of Aqua here. Gonna be opening up that hatch to kind of just make them think they have that option, and then throw down the track stingers immediately beneath to know if they do fall off and take the bait. And it looks like Surma will also be trying to hold the angle a little bit, see if he can get a quick pick off of it, but won't be finding anyone as he does it. But gets the camera.
But now we're going to see Bud actually relinquishing his position in Sunrise, and to really give up on that possible flank that he could have had into the blue bar office area, because he's going to go back towards a more traditional anchor inside of hookah. Go ahead and cycle cam so cool vibes is clear. Surma is going to go ahead and try to lock down this entire first floor area, droning in the butt.
And Surfon actually going down from the shots through the wall. And it looks like TJ's drone will also recognize it as well. Now they know that the Valkyrie's down. Things are going to be a little bit tricky here, because Surfon's just trying to see if he can get himself in a situation where he can revive, but also know that he's in the thick of it. There's no way, so he's going to just probably try to play a little more passive here. CJ just takes down King.
So now with the Valkyrie being on the ground, hurt, there's going to be no nitro left on the board. And the only denial is going to be these smoke grenades and these maestro cams. But taking out half of the ways you can die while planting is really strong from Akron as they push forward on their attack.
And Bud just takes down IMAT as he tries to come up the stairs. I'm going to see the attack kind of being forced onto Aquarium side a little bit more. And push down the smoke a little bit earlier this time, watching a little bit more aggressively, as last time he did just get run in on. And Juicy Joseph gonna try to push it, put down the plant, the diffuser a little bit further in. Gonna be able to stick it down right before he dies to the Bud picking him as the smoke is also deteriorating his health. Now it's down to just 3v3 as Prodigy is holding down Aqua side, trying to suppress every single angle that he can, creating a little bit of pressure. Firewall trying to come in from behind, but Prodigy will sniff it out and stop him from being able to do so. Baka just walks straight in, guns him down. And now as you see here, Baka trying to get onto the tabletop here so that he can try to defuse without any vertical angles from going through. Surma going to be spotting out things that what's going on. CJ going to try to repel straight up. But oh my goodness, and Bud just jumping out, saving his teammate and allowing the diffuser to be defused. Super well played there from ASU.
It was really good teamwork. As you know, with the bottom angles here, it's really hard to try to know exactly where they're diffusing from. You can long arm from all sorts of angles. Playing below is a bit finicky, which is why the Zofia was upstairs ready to swing, but he was fragged out, and then as soon as the Jaeger was able to kill the window play, there really wasn't a whole lot the Surma could do from below, as I believe the smoke was just going to stick on the diffuser.
And really good on, I believe that was Bud, just jumping straight out the window the second he hears the repel, knowing that the other teammates below and that window is just such a big threat, and if he gets up in time, he's just going to immediately aim toward the diffuser and just shoot at his teammate, potentially winning the round for the attackers there. So just immediately jumps out, immediately just go for the shot and pre-fire, just praying to God that you hit him. And in this case, it worked out beautifully as he got him right before he was in line of sight, kind of causing a bit of tunnel vision onto where the diffuser was, and using that cover to actually take him down and be able to live at the end of it too.
See, this is what we love about Coastline. It's just such an exciting map. There's so many explosive plays that can happen. You know, retake situations are possible. Those are really action-packed. There's lots of fragging. There's lots of angles you can open up. And we are going to actually see the defenders go ahead and switch up and come to this kitchen site. It should be interesting to see how they play.
Yeah, actually opting not to go blue bar again after I do believe it went a little bit poorly 2 times in a row there. First time, Akron managed to just take it by storm and just, flush out every single roamer, get control of main entrance. Second time around, it was a little bit stronger for the side of ASU, but then, Juicy Joseph just managed to fall in the clutch. So now they're going to opt to go kitchen here instead, just to kind of give themselves a bit of a reset and also kind of prevent them from, keep that element of surprise of what they're doing. Make Akron kind of work for their intel a little bit more, rather than just assuming, okay, yeah, they're in this side again, they're doing this again, let's just do X and Y strategy and go.
Yep, and so with a team like Akron, they do a very mechanical, very calculated sort of room clear. They really push in, get as much map control as they can, especially on Coastline. They really love just pushing into this office and taking that control as quickly as possible, cutting off their rotations with the gridlock, and sort of stemming that attack out from there.
Yeah, for sure. Now we're going to see the drone work just being, as you can see here, the drone work a lot more extensive this time, as this is the first time they're going to be attacking on, defending on this side here. So they're going to have to just get all that bits of information, try to figure out how the setup is. As you see here, the little, they managed to spot that there is a hole inside of blue bar. So if they do try to enter blue bar, there might be a little bit of a cover from main lobby side, or even someone ready to just jump out main lobby side and take it down. Oh my goodness, the entire wall is just gone.
And so we are going to see the Ash Charge go and take out one of these 2 Evil Eye cameras of Maestro, really taking away a lot of intel that the defenders have on their side. But Bud is still upstairs, going to hopefully go for a late flank, as Zerfon is able to refrag the Ash of IMAP.
Yeah, that kill on King probably caught him off guard as he was coming that Cool Vibes stairs there, and now Surma just gonna put down some track singers on the side of Cool Vibes, kind of force the attackers to jump into it. I actually think they might be able to jump down the banister and avoid the track singers altogether, but at the very least, it's a little bit of pressure. Got a little bit going on. Baka trying to hold down the site as the attackers push in. Will take down CJ for days, hiding within the smoke cover, preventing any pushes onto himself, but taking down Juicy Joseph. Baka headshotting Surma right in the head. And now just down to a 4v1 for Prodigy. One person watching right on top of that hatch too, waiting to hear some sound to figure out if he should swing in or not. Looks like Prodigy will just opt to immediately ignore it and then just go straight in and try to push in as fast as he can to cause that Mozzie to be off time. But it looks like he's gonna hear the drop, immediately turn around, sees the ping going out, knowing where he's on the left side, gonna swing in, try to take him down, but Bud instead gonna be the victor there as he takes down Prodigy, securing the round for ASU.
That was a beautiful play from the smoke of Baka. He was able to just juggle between his shield, jiggle peek out, hit the headshots that he needed. He smoked off the window, execute, and just really took all the momentum that the attackers had and just throw it right back at him. When you go from a 4v4 situation down to a 4v1, it's really hard to try to recover from that kind of hit.
And with the deployment shield placement as well, it really ended up stopping the likes of Capital from being able to just get a clean firebolt arrow. Because I think if he might have been able to shoot it at the right side most, but I think that may have also given the smoke just that one little section he could still stand in and give him a little bit of breathing room. And not only that, but just the fact that you're able to see through those little slits really makes a difference on peeking, because you'll be able to kind of just line up your crosshair, merely jump your head up, and just pre-fire the head.
Yep, and especially with a player like Baka, we know is very comfortable on the SMG-11. It truly is a gun that just kills so fast. It's a headshot machine. You can even body shot somebody if you can control the recoil, as those 17 bullets just fire out like a jet engine.
And it looks like we're going to be going on to the ASU's third site, as they won 2 defense rounds in a row now. So they will be forced onto blue bar again. You're going to see if, what adjustments they make this time, trying to kind of readjust after the previous 2 attempts onto this map that did not go very well for them.
You know, it's going to be a really important map, or round, pardon me. But as you really want to take a 4-2 split, really give you a lot of momentum going into the next attacking phase of this map, trying to really ice out the whole series. A 4-2 split on the coastline is definitely, you're in the driver's seat, you're feeling comfortable, you got your momentum, you can just keep on going and try to roll in on attack.
And you're gonna see a Maestro cam placement right in here again in, inside the courtyard here. Since the shotgun holes and the pattern that they've been made, it will allow complete sight into blue bar there, and also because if you're standing in blue bar, just because the line of sight of the way those are hold, unless you're prone, you're probably not going to be able to see that Maestro cam as easily.
Unless he gets drowned out, but also the only place he would be able to plant safely is behind the bar next to the window. But when you do that, you're completely exposed to the rotate hole of those anchors playing in Sunrise.
Oh yeah, and those anchors are just getting ready at any given moment. Once Bach over there hears a little bit of pressure, we'll let Firewall know and immediately get himself in the position as you can see there, and now they're just gonna start pushing up, but it looks like Surma gonna take down the head of Bud there inside of main lobby, and now he's just gonna kind of set himself up to be able to push into front desk there. See, I think he's just trying to vault there, I'm not even sure. Zerfon gonna take down the head of IMAT and fall back into his teammate and get on the cams and see what information he could find here. Him and Bud both looking around, trying to, relay that information to their team.
Now with the sledge of IMAT going down, there's going to be a whole lot less vertical pressure that the attackers will be able to place on top of these defenders, but in this instance, Zerfon is still being able to sit upstairs, going to be able to run around, make holes with his deagle if possible, maybe drop down his nitro if needed. But CJ is going to start trying to push over towards and flush these people back to sight.
Ooh, Zerfon gets a kill onto Surma. Gets taken down from CJ as he pushes up, but I believe Leash is still up there on the King. And he's going to be able to just, it looks like he's all the way, inside luggage, still up there. So he's going to be able to just hopefully go for the reflag on the Buck here. And if not, still be able to take control of those top holes.
Juicy Joseph is going to go ahead and start crouch walking towards this main hall corridor, but as King is unable to land the shots on the CJ for days, but now he's going to look like they're going to completely relinquish top floor hold, but actually King will be dropping into service.
And Baka's down already, right behind, I believe, the fire. I have to believe that was possibly a grenade that got thrown in there. Surma getting a kill with the Claymore, and Juicy Joseph getting a kill onto the last defender on the site as the other one bleeds out.
No, really good job from Juicy Joseph. He was running around, he had a goo mine in him, he was trying to protect this plant, and he just decided, hey, I'm going to swing these guys before they can swing us. And really, as soon as you pinch off that smoke in that Maestro in Sunrise, you can really isolate them and negate their impact that they have on the round.
Juicy Joseph just making a really big impact on that Capital as well, just being able to fire off and put down smoke darts for his team, kind of giving them that cover and a little bit of security as well. And also not only that, but he's 6-4, he's top rank for his team as well. So not only is he playing a bit more of a support heavy operator, he's also fragging along with it, using the power of the assault rifle. And I believe he did have an angle grip with NACOG on it as well.
Yep, really, after this recent patch, all of the assault rifles have taken a significant hit to their aim down sight speed, which makes a lot of them, it feels like if you want to be on a map like Coastline, where you're really going to be close quarters engagements, you do need that extra aim down sight speed. But we will see as Akron does go for a really roam heavy lineup as they're holding Hookah. Not a single heavy armor on the board, whole lot of 2 speeds, whole lot of 3 speeds.
Yeah, and on the side of attack as well, Firewall going to be taking the Capital instead and trying to see if he could perform around similar or better stats that Juicy Joseph has put out, and try to show him, you play Capital pretty good, but not. Here's my Capital. Let's see how this goes. It's going to be a really fun one to watch as well as also Surma just setting up his Valcams, trying to see if he could do, same thing with Zerfon's Valkyrie, trying to see if he can outshine it as well. And not only that, but just this operator is just so strong in the first place. Running a camera outside there, gonna be able to allow him to see onto the balcony of Aqua. And now, if anyone tries to jump on there, he's gonna have that intel, and he might be able to to get even a really good peek in there too.
Yeah, I believe that camera does help to look out a little bit towards the aqua balcony. You know, I'm think that the person to watch this round is going to be the deep roam of IMAT on this Ella. I think he's going to really be able to hopefully get a good flank in and using his fragging capability to swing the favor into the path of the defenders.
Yeah, for sure. And Ella, just a really good defender, trying to hold down one room. And Grismos just lock down every single entrance, use the sound cue of the explosion to figure out which entrance they're at, and then just immediately turn over and just peek as they're concussed. Ella's probably one of the best roamers if you're trying to hold down one room in particular. In a map like Coastline, there's a lot of rooms that she could just hold down. As you can see here, she's playing more penthouse side. As there's multiple entrances, Ella becomes a little bit more strong. And not only that, but just a lot of small close quarters engagements where her gun excels on greatly.
I know you definitely remember the days when she had impact grenades and could just run freely all around the map, just everywhere.
Yeah,
chaos wherever she runs through.
Everyone was like, "Oh, you know, got to nerf her gun." But once you took away those impacts, speaking, I kind of liked it because I'm gonna be honest here. The impacts on her was quite unnecessary, especially when you're playing an operator with a gadget that works so well at just holding down rooms. I mean, you know, impacts are always good on a character, but like game balancing wise, I'm not sure if that was really the play there. You know?
Yeah. Exactly, as we're going to see, Surma is going to go and take a long engagement to these attackers that are lining up on the aqua balcony with that MPX as the intel from there, but actually there's going to be a team kill of Zerfon onto Firel as the Capital does now go off the board.
Yeah, it looks like Firel probably just took a step right into Zerfon's crosshair there as he went for the shot, but looks like Bud and somebody else is going to be picking up the slack, going from the main entrance there, trying to get gunned down, and Zerfon will be getting his kill onto the Jaeger there. And now it's just down to a Legion and a Smoke here, and Zerfon going to be walking straight into the Aqua, taking up control here. And Smoke going to be watching a melee hole here. A little bit more detectable to see, but it gives you a lot more visibility over a bullet hole. He's going to be playing behind this position in Hookah Bar. Really good position to be playing right now, as he's able to throw the smoke through all the holes that he has made. But oh my goodness, Zerfon just catches his head right as he peeks on through. Did he get that through the smoke?
The smoke was... No, he was trying to stop the swing in of this gridlock. But you know, that's just a great pre-fire. That's good game sense.
For a solid second, I thought that actually the smoke grenade went off first, so that the hole was actually obscured. He just blind fired straight into it and immediately caught his head. That would have been interesting. But it looks like, ooh, King picking up the Dokkaebi on this one. We haven't really seen a Dokkaebi in this. Oh, and I lied. I spoke too soon, and now he's just picking all over the place. Just out of spite. Okay.
Now, we saw in the last round, that is the danger of holding punch holes. You know, we've seen a rise in the use of bullet holes because they're so much undetectable. But in a instance like that, as an attacker, you don't know where something is. You see a melee hole, that's like a fire here for free kill. Just like a big old blinking sign that you're used to looking for.
Alright, it looks like I'm redeemed a little bit. Decided to pick the Capital and then 6-pick into the Dokkaebi. Kind of bringing in that surprise factor in there. It looks like they'll be also 6-picking from Vigil into Valkyrie there. I actually really like that because Vigil is an operator that once you see on the board, you know he's going to be using the ability to drone. So even if they don't see the lines at all in this round, they're still going to be thinking that a Vigil is the pick and might be looking around for him. You may even see Bud trying to see to find where his gadget is. And unless they get like maybe around a couple things or spot the Valkyrie and notice the difference, which I'm not even sure if they might even notice because they've just been bringing Valkyrie every single round. So it's going to definitely put a little bit of mind game on top of ASU's droning here. Whether or not they're playing or making calls and decisions based off of the intel before that, you know, the Vigil's picked, might change just how they play and how they push them.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that. I strongly believe that this map is Valkyrie's most strong map. We've seen so many Coconut Bra videos, so many cams you can do, and how the map has to be played. There's only 2 or 3 paths. As soon as you can figure out exactly where the attackers are from, there's not really a whole lot of deviance that they can do from those strats. And any sort of intel is just so powerful on this map.
You can see Prodigy here learning from his mistakes, making his holes a little bit smaller using the bullet hole technique. Maybe getting a little bit too bullet sizes as well because of the fact that SMG's, but you know, semi-automatic, a bit harder to just make a perfect one tap. But we'll also give him a little bit more visibility as well on the plus side.
And so now as Bud is going to go ahead and start using his IQ scanner, trying to take out these outside Valkyrie cams, and try to deny any intel that he possibly can from the roof. We're going to minimize the impact of this Valkyrie.
You can see here as well, just for the fact of him standing on the roof and throwing up his scanner, trying to scan around, like, inside the building. Probably also trying to see if he can find himself where that Vigil 6 pick went. And just because of the fact that he's able to cover so much more space up there. It looks like he will be spotting something like a camera up there inside a penthouse, seeing if he can get an angle on it and destroy it quickly before he needs to overextend in order to get it.
So we are going to see the call coming out from King. Or actually, that was the drone. Pardon me, it takes out the same tablet. Same tablet. But this Dokkaebi is going to be very powerful in helping and assisting the roam player of ASU, as whenever they feel like they're going to get the engagement, they're going to go and try to start distracting the roamer. They're going to give off the sound cues. You're going to know exactly where they are. It's just really going to make it a lot easier to kill these people offsite.
And Dokkaebi definitely a good character to just mask when you're gonna start blitzing in, as you know, obviously the second you call, it would be the perfect tell as like when a push is about to come in. But if you wait for like maybe like a second, maybe like a little bit longer, they're gonna start realizing, okay, no one's pushing in, they're just getting it for intel and roamers, and then you start to answer your phone, and then bam, in they come at the perfect time as everyone's trying to bust out their phone. And as you can see, your Zerfon just immediately spotting out and using his utility to try to take down Jaeger down in the back here. And I don't think his ADS exists anymore. It looks like Zerfon's going to take control of that, start blasting every single thing at him, but Juicy Joseph just going to peek and take Zerfon's head. Now he's left at low health, but will take down a very, very important Zofia game here.
But it did seem that there was still another ADS that was able to protect this Jaeger from getting killed from the drone hole, which is a very strong position you can do. But this Firewall does go ahead and vault the bar. He's able to take off the head of Jaeger with 8 seconds left. 3 defenders on the board still. Now 2. It's going to be a really hard take.
Oh my goodness, kills going back and forth. C4 goes off and looks like Akron gets the tail end of it, as CJ Freddy gets 2 kills and somebody else gets the C4 kill there. And my goodness, that round just really popped off once things started rolling with that Jaeger. And you can see, I think what ended up happening there, because for a solid second I saw a Jaeger go down. I think because the gridlock threw the charge right where his feet was, he shot the main one, but the main one managed to get one right beside him off. And he was standing perfectly still, so he wasn't getting hit. But I think he may have accidentally walked toward it, took enough chip damage to go down, and then Prodigy just walked right in at the same time, took his head off right as he's down.
I believe Firewall actually came in just blasting with the Buck shotgun, which is really powerful in close quarters.
Yeah, people always forget, like, you know, you could take Buck and definitely use a shotgun to open up holes, but it's still a shotgun. You could definitely just peek around corners with it, too, and just start blasting the second you get across it.
Yeah, it's definitely a very versatile gun that you slap the ACOG on it, you have your long-range engagements. Then as soon as you hit a button, all of a sudden you're a close quarters beast.
And then if you're even more of a mad lad, you still aim down the sights with the ACOG on the shotgun. And you try to take those engagements. As you're just really able to see their Cordia as you start blasting it away with the shotgun there.
Hoping to maybe get a straight bullet in the head.
Only the absolute mad lads would go for something like that, and will it work? Who knows, but if I ever see someone go for that, I will definitely not even know what to say.
We are going to see that these defenders are going to go ahead and go towards the kitchen site. Off of Hookah, they're going to go ahead and have this smoke reconstructing all the bathroom. They're going to have the Legion to deny entry. They're going to have the Jaeger to try to cut off some nades, and they're going to have this Valkyrie for some intel. But it looks like they are going to still try to stick to this top floor heavy roam to really slow down the attack of Akron as much as they can. Or of ASU.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see nice defense anchor here, as it looks like IMAT is playing on the top floor alongside of Surma as well, trying to hold off 2 separate ends of the map, being able to kind of support each other if any of them get pushed. So, you know, as you see here, IMAT calling out the windows have been breached a little bit, kind of indicating that they have repelled onto roof side and they're definitely have control of roof, and maybe not to peek certain angles. And oh my goodness, CJ taking down that Surf on there from that long angle. I think he Oh my, that had to be a long angle all the way to maybe like office side or blue bar side there. And King taking down Surma, the Valkyrie player. That's the one C4 down on the side of Akron.
But as we see, Maestro doesn't need an ACOG to have those 81 bullets laser beaming at the head of an attacker. But now with the one defender trade on each side, it's a 4v4 with 1:50 seconds left. Imat is still going to be roaming up top, trying to cause as much trouble as he can for these attackers as they start to make their execute.
And they keep droning him out too, and every single drone that peeks him, he just ends up shooting, getting rid of that a little bit more of their economy. Bud gonna be dropping down into bathroom here. Looks like the Jaeger on the other side, you can see the silhouette, just trying to peek it a little bit, and looks like we'll be running out as he starts feeling the pressure a little bit more. Taking his window open now, jumping out and getting out of there quickly before he ends up getting pinched. Gonna end up being playing a little bit wild here as he just runs all over the place, having looks like CJ there inside security just kind of covering him and kind of securing his escape.
Yeah, as we saw, the drone came in from main door, and that really alerted Imat to the position of one of the attackers, knowing that he can't just free rotate in the bathroom or else he will get shot in the back. So it looks like he's going to go and take a long rotate as Firewall starts to really blow open the floor in VIP and try to flush out these hard anchors that Akron is using.
Oh yeah, and Akron just being able to just help the roamers rotate out, kind of keep them alive, and oh my goodness, it looks like Jaeger still playing inside the main lobby despite all the holes and chaos that's going on. It looks like he will end up getting flushed out at the 30-second mark left on the map. He definitely pulled his weight here as he stalled him for quite a bit of time. Looks like the smoke was going to try to go for a quick peek there around the corner. Won't be connecting with anything. Juicy Joseph now getting taken down as well. Baka just getting a double kill, taking control of bathroom side. It looks like the last kill going for Firewall onto the headshot on CJ. And taking the round for Arizona here.
What we saw there was the late execute with having the Dokkaebi still on the board. As soon as they were ready to push, just a simple call came out. It gave so much intel. It blocked every sound cue from the defenders. They didn't know what was happening as they got pinched. The phones are going off. There's explosions. There's track stingers flying everywhere. Probably pretty terrifying, to be honest.
Oh yeah, any single bit of pressure at the last couple seconds of a round will make such a big difference. With ASU just really capitalizing on their time efficiency of pushing in at the last second, be able to slap the diffuser down, and as you can see, from round to round before, even in the previous map, playing toward that style, something like a Dokkaebi just really deadly for them, because once they get that call down, not only are you feeling the pressure of the time coming up, and you're just hoping to God the counter takes down all the way to 0, but now you also have the phone call, and you're thinking, do I answer it? Oh no, I don't know. They're definitely gonna push me. I need to just sit here, hold the angle, and then as you're trying to make all these decisions in your mind, oh, there's Baka right in your face, and boom.
Yeah, but I definitely like the nerf to Dokkaebi where the call does finally end. If you remember, they used to just go indefinitely until you definitely hung out your phone. But having a timer, I believe is it 5 or 10 seconds?
I think it's around, actually longer than that. I think it's closer toward the 15, 14 seconds. I'm not too sure anymore. It's been a while since I've seen those notes.
Yeah, I haven't watched a Rogue 9 video.
Actually, I think it might have been 12. I want to take a solid bet and say 12 seconds.
Alright.
Probably so someone in chat.
5 seconds left.
Oh yeah, definitely. Chat warriors are always more knowledgeable than us.
The power of Wikipedia is strong.
And defuse a bomb.
So we're going to see a repeat defense on this kitchen site as Akron is going to go ahead and try to go ahead and tweak exactly what went wrong, as the ASU attack was very strong, but we will have to see how this one pans out.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to see a different roster again, as we still do have Baka on gridlock, and when you see the return of King with Capital, and instead of opting to take something like a Dokkaebi, and probably more to focus on the actual planting, as they kind of have a little bit of idea of where the site is, as actually no, they did win the last one, and that was actually no, still kitchen, so they're going to be trying to maybe even see if they can get a quick smoke plant on the doorway and see if they can get past the C4 and the power of the Maestro left click.
Exactly. 81 bullets, absolute bullet hose, very hard to attack. But as we're going to see Bud on the upside down rappel inside of master bedroom. Surma is going to go and rotate and possibly try to challenge this. As he's going to try to hold up top as much as possible to be able to support IMAT and really negate any sort of vertical presence that ASU tries to take.
You see just the drones coming out all over the place. It's actually 3 of them are upstairs. CJ on the other side of Hookah, just using cams in there and kind of, probably has a cam on himself to give himself a little cover. Looks like Zerfon and IQ are going to be jumping straight into bathroom, making a melee hole just to see all the way into VIP there, kind of giving themselves the angle. And Baka going to be going below, seeing if he could get some shotgun shots into the bottom of Surma, as I'm at covering the hallway from landing side, kind of preventing anyone like maybe Baka coming up from the main stairs. Also covering the rotate here, as you can see Surma going for it, and CJ for days taking down Firewall all the way from the side of Hookah here. And my goodness, just the roaming on Akron here, just showing really strong. As time ticks down to 50 seconds now, and all the roamers and all the defenders still alive. Just roaming pressure is really good. I'm gonna hold down this angle. See the Zofia peeking, take down a couple shots, but unfortunately go down to Baka as he gets 2 kills with double headshots there.
You know, the F90 of Gridlock is such a strong and underrated rifle. It shoots so fast, it's got the ACOG. It really negates the 1-speed feel of Gridlock, but CJ for Days is able to go ahead and use the sound cue of the drop downstairs to go ahead and turn around and take out that player. But Baka is already in bathroom, trying to take as much control as possible, as with 15 seconds left, the attackers are going to be forced to plant in the service entrance.
Time's ticking down, Baka goes down, and down goes Bud immediately. Akron going to take this defense round. Akron looking, actually, both sides just looking very strong on the opposing thing. I think this has just been back and forth non-stop, and now we're going to see the scoreline. Can't remember exactly. Let's see, 5-5. So, yeah, just back and forth, non-stop. Both teams just fragging out as hard as they can. Baka just taking down control with his Gridlock play, which is actually kind of funny because, like, usually when you see Gridlock being played, you would think, okay, yeah, this person's gonna be playing more support. You know, they're playing a 1-speed 3-armor character, and they're definitely probably just gonna play more reserve. But Baka just ended up, like, pushing himself into situations, getting himself into positions that he's just able to make such a big difference with frag power. And even, I believe, if you go up the scoreboard again, I think that would have been Bud as well, on currently playing IQ, just doing the exact same thing, just getting himself a lot of kills. And the rest of the attackers on ASU here, also pretty close scoreboard, and CJ as well, 13 kills. Both sides just, like you can see, fragging out a lot altogether.
And that's what you come to expect on Coastline. It's really who can get the most kills. Strats on let's go fly out the roof. It's straight aim, no brain. And as we are going to see, actually, IMAP is going to go ahead and try to outbrain some players on his deep room with the alibi, which should be really interesting because that MX4 Storm is such a fast-firing weapon with no recoil. It's quite strong and underrated on defense. And really, whenever you attack a room, you see 3 alibis looking at you. Maybe you see 4. You don't know which is which. Most of the time, you don't pick the right one at first, you're going to be dead.
Yeah, definitely can make quite a bit of difference. Varying sides on, oh my goodness, Prodigy is absolutely going nuts, trying to figure out how the wall destruction is working on Coastline. Sam has been infamous for like things like exactly like that, where you just shoot the wall with a shotgun, nothing happens. And unfortunately, he has to waste so much shotgun pellets just trying to get rid of it.
So we're going to see IMAT holding Kitchen, going to go ahead and try to cut as much horizontal hold as they can to try to really force these defenders do a full roam clear, waste as much time as possible, use their utility so it can't be a full execute. Surma's going to have a lot of intel with these Vault cameras. Juicy's going to be playing the same position on Blue Bar. Or not Blue Bar, Aqua Bar, pardon me.
You can see now the side of ASU still getting their drone working. 2 minutes round. Still, in terms of ASU's scrapbook, just this is drone phase. Just gotta get the info, gotta figure out where the rumors are, and then slowly start pushing our way into them. Still make sure our intel is good as we gun them all down. You see Baka just trying to hold down the Blue Bar window, kind of holding himself an angle as intel starts pouring in, and he knows. Gets a little bit better of an idea of how to approach this. And oh my goodness, I just realized Juicy Joseph's already at 1 HP here.
I believe he had definitely had to push back. I think the Zofia was already on Aquabow, dumping a bunch of utility, burning his ADSs. Most likely destroyed his. Yeah, he definitely.
Oh, it looks like. Wait, no, the grenade. Okay, so it looks like the destruction happened from below, but at the same time, the ADS is still active, and I think I did see Zofia still have her thing. So I think maybe someone may have walked beneath and just started shotgunning right beneath his
A bomb
feet.
has been
My
located.
goodness.
Quite unfortunate. Now he is going to have to take the more passive angle, which you necessarily, as a Jaeger player, you don't want to have to be forced into a location. You want to have your freedom. You want to let your gun fly. You want to run all over and use your 3-speed skill. Now, Imat is going to take a really aggressive angle onto these players on Aqua Balcony. He's able to take out the buck of Firewall, unknowing that there is still another player that's going to look to try the refrag.
Yeah, and also Juicy Joseph getting taken down by King as well, ending his the reign and tyranny of a Jaeger player as well. It looks like Zerfon will be picking with the lifeline, trying to get rid of the shield. Still actually up there, and allowing Alibi just to play a little bit more safe. And oh my goodness, Surma trying to throw a C4 right in front of Zerfon's face, and somehow it didn't look like he took any damage, even though it was right in front. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it went off, but I have to believe that he may have shot it in time. Now Baka also coming up to back up his buddy and see if they can take down Iman here, but unfortunately Zerfon will be taken down with a headshot. Oh my goodness, just push coming from every direction. King just running in there, straight in there with the SMG-12. Prodigy all the way inside of Hookah Lounge, throwing in this gas canisters, headshotting down King. Down to a 1v3, it's all down to Baka, and now match point for Akron.
That was a really good hold. When there's 10 seconds left on the board, everybody's rushing in sight. You still have to keep your head, be able to calm down. Imat did a wonderful job after his rotation into Aqua Bar. He was using his Prisma device to really fake out the team, jiggle peeking up, really just clicking heads as well as he could. Wasted a good 30 seconds, I believe, as well as killed 2 people, which really took a gut punch to the ASU attack.
Yeah, so at this point with the scoreline, if Akron manages to win another round, that is a overall tie for the sides of ASU and Akron, as it'll be 1-1 on each map. If ASU manages to win one more round, that'll bring this game to tie for this one map, kind of giving it a partial win toward ASU, and awarding them, I believe it's 2 points. I think I was
Yes,
proved
2
wrong
points.
last time. 2 points for the side of ASU on the overall leaderboard.
And no points
And
for Akron.
yeah, no points for Akron as
Attackers
well.
need to
But it
locate
does
and defuse
deny.
as many bombs
Actually,
as they
I
can.
think at this point now it's either nobody gets points
Attackers have
or
located a bomb.
oh, I think IMAT might be disconnecting there. Oh no. Oh, looks like they're calling in the rehost, and I do believe, yeah, it should still be allowed because it happened in prep phase before anyone even shot anything too.
Yeah, they were. I was after
Really, really unfortunate that that happened.
there.
Yes, they leave very quickly before an admin ruling, which should be really interesting as we're gonna
10 seconds
go
left.
ahead and have to get this proper ruling in to make sure everything goes well. As Akron fully leaves the match now, which is a really dangerous thing to do. You never know exactly how it might go. Possibly they could have just forfeited this round, but I do believe we should get a rehost on this.
Yeah, and we're just gonna take a little bit of a
Yeah.
break here as the observer here just manages to get the lobby up and working again. You have to add every single round one by one and put the complete history. Otherwise, sometimes there's usually like a little bit of site difference and whatnot. So we'll be back in about maybe 5-10 minutes. we'll be heading right back into the final round on Coastline, as ASU is going to be on attack here, and because of the rehost, they're going to have to repick the same ops, same site, and also with the same 6 picks that did occur from the side of ASU. And it looks like so far it does line up perfectly, as they are going blue bar again with Castle, Legion, Maestro, Smoke, and Jaeger. So everything should be going accordingly, assuming they do 6 pick off that Capital into that lovely, lovely Dokkaebi, and here it comes, and bam.
Now we're going to hopefully see a really thrilling conclusion to this map that has been really frag heavy, really action packed, as the Dokkaebi will be brought out to try to really ring out these roamers that Akron is known for, really try to push them back to site, get the frags, push in and execute, and ice out this tie to get the partial win for Arizona State.
Yeah, really unlucky there for IMAT, because he just ended up lagging right as the round started there, and that would have ended up leaving him to disconnect. So quickly Akron did call out their rehost, using their rehost and allowing themselves to just play this out with a full 5v5 before anything bad went on. I think IMAT might be a little bit, just kind of standing there, but he just doesn't seem to be running in spots, so he's still good.
And for future reference for any of you other CEA players that are in here, before you leave a match, you definitely want your observer, if it's on stream, to really confirm that you are getting the rehost. That is definitely an issue that was brought up, but hopefully it's all going to work out perfectly fine, and the rehost is going to go in as planned.
Yep. And it looks like the attack round will be starting. Last round for this match tonight, as we have ASU trying to hopefully bring this to a tie, securing themselves a partial win for the full match, and Akron trying to just defend it out and bring this whole entire set to a tie, giving themselves a little bit more breathing space within the bracket later on.
So we're going to see, as this blue bar is going down, there's going to be a castle brought for the first time, going to try to slow down this roam clear and really try to protect IMAT as much as possible, as he's going to try to hold on to Hookah into this VIP billiards area.
And now 2 minutes left on the clock. Definitely still be a lot of droning work going for ASU, knowing them. As you can see here, just trying to open up some windows, get some angles, and try to see what intel they can get. Looks like IQ did look away right before CJ could crouch peek in, and probably would have ended up a little bit deadly for him. As crouch peeking, you definitely do leave yourself a lot slower of a peek. So if someone else is just aiming that angle, you're putting yourself a little bit of a disadvantage there. Looks like IMAT will be capitalizing on King, just running right in there and taking down the early lead, taking the Dokkaebi. That's actually pretty big, because those calls make quite the difference in the later half. Firewall and Zerfon trying to throw grenades right through that hole. Unfortunately, Zerfon just bouncing them right back into his team, but Firewall still getting them through on the other side. I think may possibly have hit an ADS that Zerfon's lifeline was supposed to kind of burn out, allowing the grenade to go in perfectly. Down goes IMAT as he jumps out onto the hookah balcony here. Zerfon walked up the stairs. Down goes Sermon now. Zerfon just popping off real here, trying to show and keep the momentum going for the last before the rehost.
Now, with a minute left on the clock, there's only 3 defenders left, but that is a Legion with a Maestro and Smoke, who all can really cut the rotation of the site, slow down this attack. But with 45 seconds left on the clock, it's going to be really tough for these defenders to really hold out against. But it is on low HP, as Prodigy and Joseph are both able to get picks onto defenders, but is another one, Joseph with a triple kill, looking absolutely deadly on the gun of the Legion. And in a 1v1 or 1v3 situation on 1 HP, it's not looking too good for Baka. He does have Diffuser, but as time is dwindling down, he is going to have to get a plant, and he is 1 hit from a goo mine, he's 1 hit from a Maestro cam bullet. 1 single puff of smoke will go ahead and take him out.
The 1 HP and a dream here, as he does have... Gonna try to go for the plant here quickly before anyone realizes it. Gets off, immediately shoots Juicy Joseph down before he can even land a... Oh my goodness, throws the smoke grenade, or sorry, the track stinger onto the Maestro, tries to go for a plant using the sound to... Looks like he will get the plant down, but 1 HP and Dream, Maestro's pushing up, down goes Smoke, all down to the Maestro, starts firing shots back and forth, Walt unfortunately loses the gunfight with the shotgun, and Maestro gonna win this for the side of Akron. bringing the overall set to a tie, and Akron take this map.
Defenders win.
That was a really thrilling conclusion to this match. Not about as much action you can get. Almost so close with the 1v3, but ran out of bullets. Unable to land the shotgun hit. It would have been a clutch to remember,
man.
definitely.
The 1 HP and a dream, almost there. Just coming up slightly shorted as he had to peek with the super shorty. Although it was in close range, so slightly favoring the side of Baka. My goodness. That was... that was just... That was crazy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, this was a 7-5 for both maps, correct?
I do believe so, yeah, actually.
It's about
Before
as
on
close of a game as you can
Clubhouse,
get.
it was
Good job. Good
7-5
match.
onto
Good match.
the side of I believe it was ASU there, as they did clutch out the last round of Clubhouse, and now it's a 7-5 in terms of favor of Akron.
So now we're going to go ahead and close out stream. Thank you all for tuning in and watching this wonderful game between our invite teams, Arizona State University and University of Akron A team.
And shout out to our sponsors, CORSAIR and What's New, I believe was pronounced that, and Rogue Energy as well, for sponsoring this stream. Really, really thank you for being able to support us. And I've been it's gonna be it for tonight. And I've been Keldev and joined here with...
I'm CDAPS, and make sure to use code CEA whenever you check out for 10% off your order.
Oh yeah. Good night.
Good night.